What's going on, everyone? Welcome into another Forward Progress Live watch along. It's Monday Night Football. We got the Eagles and the Falcons presented by Fanduel. I already see a lot of familiar faces in the chat. I love when the chat gets going actually before I start because it gives me a lot of talking points here. But Anthony Glenn says, let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. I'm a man of integrity and honesty. I'm going to tell you right now, I hate this game from a betting perspective. I don't like to come on and say stuff like that unless I truly hate the game from a betting perspective. I don't have a lot going on in tonight's game. However, I do love these types of games where you have quarterback uncertainty on one side and you have a key wide receiver injury on the other side. And the reality is a lot of us are just guessing at how it's going to play out. And yes, we're guessing with like every NFL game in some capacity or another. But truly, we're guessing especially in the Eagles here, how the secondary receivers are going to play out. I think that creates some values if you want to attack some big time prices. And I personally love to do that. Looking at the market right now, main market, Eagles 5.5, totals 45.5, minus 115 at FanDuel. That's honestly a really good number on the over, considering where the rest of the market is right now. Even the money line price on the Eagles at FanDuel minus 235 is one of the best prices in market. So if you are looking to play the game tonight and you're betting at FanDuel over and the Eagles, pretty good prices here relative to the rest of the market as we go towards kickoff. I'm not sure what to make of the Falcons offense. I've made it very clear my opinion on this team going forwards. You have a quarterback coming off an Achilles injury, and I thought they were valued last week just way too highly. Like everything was going to go right for this offense. They don't have a ton of playmakers, at least at wide receiver. I know my producer Jason's going to get real upset here, but Drake London has shown flashes, but not there yet. You have Darnell Mooney, Ray McLeod, Kyle Pitts. I mean, a little bit overrated in terms of weapons, in my opinion. I do love Bijan Robinson, though. I did see some tape this week of Kirk Cousins in practice, and he was taking more snaps under center and really working that. I think that's an angle to watch early on in this game. If you see Cousins out there in shotgun again on the majority of snaps, he doesn't have the mobility, and they can't work the play action game like they need to in order to be successful, in my opinion. So keep an eye out early as to whether or not Kirk Cousins is lining up under center. We'll keep an eye out. We might play some live stuff there. Another full disclosure. Producer Jason tonight is very much rooting for no Jalen Hurts touchdown. He's going to cash some big winners with no Jalen Hurts touchdown. He does not want to see Hurts in the end zone. Doesn't want to see it. I happen to think Hurts is the best value in terms of touchdown on the board. I'm not saying that to upset him in any way, but plus 105 right now. And I know that they had one of those tush pushes last week that didn't work, but they have shown the propensity to still use it. And that's what the important thing is for me. They will still use the tush push, even though Jason Kelce isn't there at center anymore. So even with Cam Jurgens, they show they'll use it. I think this is mispriced. Like, I love Bijan Robinson. I do not think he's more likely to get a touchdown tonight than Jalen Hurts. In fact, I think Saquon Barkley's price is absurd at minus 165, where he's at right now. That's one that I like. On the other side, I'm going back to my guy, Ray McLeod. Ray McLeod, if you watch Pizza Buffet in week 1, he was one of the prop bets I was pretty big on for the Atlanta Falcons. Really thought he would get a lot of looks. He's elusive coming out of the slot a lot of times. You look at the target share for this team last week, and Ray McLeod was dominating target share for this team. I still think he's a look anywhere on the field. 7 targets. No one else on the team that was a receiver got higher than 3. I think his price in the 450 range, solid for a Ray McLeod touchdown. Props I came close to playing that I didn't play. I wanted Jalen Hurts under on completions. This is kind of tied to A.J. Brown's injury. I do think, number 1 receivers are out for some teams. And there is a tendency from some coaches to go a little bit more conservative. You also have the price of the game with the Eagles being decent sized favorite here. I think there's a lot of paths towards Hurts under 20.5, minus 108. That's just like on the cusp of what I would bet. I'm not betting it. I'll tell you right now. These were ones that I just came close to. I'm not betting it. Similar vein, what happens in games where A.J. Brown is out, all reliable Dallas Goedert is available over the middle of the field. The problem is there's been some price adjustment. I'm just not there. Same thing with Ray McCloud. I was betting Ray McCloud last week. Love the guy for this game, but I was betting him in the mid-teens receiving yards a week ago. We're now at 27.5. It's hard for me to stomach betting that at this point. So I don't really like any standard props. I'm not sure if I said Mooney's not a deep threat. Mooney is very much a deep threat. And here's where I want to go with this particular game. Producer Jason pulled this out on a previous stream with Christian Watson. I'm pulling out the same move with Darnell Mooney. We're building an SGP where we're taking Darnell Mooney under 3.5 receptions, and then we're going to take alternate receiving yards over. Now, you can pick your poison here. I don't want to go too big. We don't need to get greedy with 100 yards. 50 yards would suffice. Let's see what 50 plus pays. Like that's 10-1 right there. If you want to get nuts, this is the one. 70-1, get nuts. You can even sprinkle in a touchdown scorer here if you want. Darnell Mooney is a deep threat. The Eagles can be susceptible to the deep ball. You look at his average depth of target last week, it was 12 yards. I like the idea of attacking in this way. My worry would be that maybe you have some screens that are sent up to Darnell Mooney in this game, and that hurts your under on total receptions. But personally, I think this is a great way to attack this game from an SGP point of view. What you're rooting for here is a deep ball to Mooney for a touchdown. And that's it. And then everyone else gets targets. And I do think that he is the deep threat in this offense, the guy that Kirk could air it out to. That's how I'd want to play it.
So quickly, just a question here. You build a narrative for your SGP. That's what you like to do, right? That's kind of how you build them.
I do.
So your narrative is to get an early, long touchdown for Darnell Mooney and then root as hard as you can for him to get hurt.
I do not root for injuries. I root for cramps, anything that might take him off the field. Maybe some irritable bowel syndrome, something like that, where he's got to go to the locker room. I don't want him to get hurt or injured. Maybe, I don't know, anything really. Personal call that says the alarm went off at your house. You need to leave the game and go home. And his family's fine. Everything's
perfect.
Good.
Left his oven on. No one was home. It's all good.
Yeah,
okay, just had to,
stuff
just
like
had
that.
To clear that up.
I guess IBS can be deadly for the toilets. That's too good. Yeah, Lamar style. I root for cramps. IV, get this guy some fluid. I mean, it's not super hot in Philadelphia tonight, but that's kind of the way that I like to build stories in my head and then price those out and make sure that the odds make sense to play it. I don't just build a story and play every random odds. This to me, like Darnell Mooney under 3.5 receptions, but 70 plus yards is priced at, 37-1. Like that happens more than 1 out of 38 times, in my opinion, against the Eagles defense. In a similar vein, on the other side of the ball, you have a wide receiver injury for Philadelphia in A.J. Brown. You know Devontae Smith is going to be there and get played. Jahan Dotson got no targets last week. He's the guy I would look at for alts. He's in the lineup. I'm sure that they want to get him the ball after not getting it to him a single time last week. But that's just my opinion. You can go with someone that you like Johnny Wilson is there. Britton Covey, if you want to take a deep shot on a touchdown, like Britton Covey, 20-1, 19-1. Paris Campbell got elevated from the practice squad. They have players there where you can just bet on a high upside game from one of these players. So I prefer to talk process more than just to give out standard picks. I obviously give out standard picks as well. Everyone who's watched this, knows that. But I like to instill process in people. And whenever you have Injuries, you get a little bit more variance in the game. We can all, if everyone's healthy for the Eagles, we can pretty easily predict the distribution of targets, who's most likely to have a big game. Obviously, there's a lot of randomness involved no matter what, but I love situations like this where you can bet upside for a specific player. Brent Harris, Mooney Tunes. Darnell Mooney, under 3.5, 30-yard reception, Cousins 1+ pass TD. Bingo. Stuff like that. I'm in. I like to play a little more upside, but you're less likely to win in those types of scenarios. You play the upside, you're hoping you cash in one out of every so many weeks. So that's the kind of stuff that I like to go after for this particular game. Before we get any deeper, I want to remind you, kick off this NFL season with Fanduel, America's #1 book. I'm a huge fan for obvious reasons. We bring up the product on screen throughout the duration of this stream. It's solid. Just tons of offerings available. We haven't even gotten to half the offerings on these streams yet because there are so much going on. Right now, all customers get a profit boost every single NFL game day. You can pump up your gridiron winnings multiple times a week. Tonight, September 16th, there's a 50% SGP. There's also a 50% live profit boost. If you don't think we're using that tonight, you haven't been watching it this year. FanDuel has tons of ways you can get in on the action. You can bet money line, spreads, player props, game props. There's a whole lot more. Live betting, super simple. Lightning fast bet settlement, instant withdrawals. FanDuel makes betting on the NFL easier than ever before. Visit fanduel.com/forwardprogress to download FanDuel today. And if you haven't checked out FanDuel yet, seriously, use the link, fanduel.com/forwardprogress. It does help us out here. We don't get anything out of it, but it shows the people at FanDuel that we are a valuable partner. You must be 21 plus and present in select states, or 18 plus and present in DC. Opt-in is required. Bonus is issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms for both offers at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. If you're in Connecticut, Maryland, in Massachusetts, or New York, we have numbers up on screen as well, which you can text or call to get help as well. Responsible gaming, very important. As a reminder, before we even get into the stream, smash that like button down below. Take 2 seconds, support the stream, smash that like button down below. Last second stuff here as well. If we're looking for really good prices on stuff, which I always like, I encourage line shopping. We take a look at FanDuel right now. Best number in market on Kenneth Gainwell over yards. Don't know how much I love that, but it is. Best number in market by a mile on Devontae Smith, long reception, over 22.5, if you were looking to play that. Also, best number in market by a mile on Jalen Hurts rushing yards. If you're playing any of those props, rushing yards over, I should say. If you're playing any of those props, you should play them at FanDuel. I kind of like the Gainwell under, but it's moved. It's been smashed at this point. It's been smashed. All right. We're kicking off here. As usual, I will do a please no Hurts. Jason, I don't even know how to react if Hurts scores a TD now, man. I don't even know how to react. It's going to be a very uncomfortable, awkward stream. Not that they aren't already.
Did you fill the chat in that you faded me on purpose? Did you mention that?
I didn't fade you on purpose.
Oh,
I don't give out picks just to fade you intentionally, just to make that explicitly clear. I am the type of person that you could, like, I could see why someone would think that I would do that, but I don't do that.
All right. Well, we'll see it. We'll see it happen right now, I guess. Hopefully not, though.
As soon as this play clock starts running, I'm going to give out the timing. So we'll get a clock sync right away. Ref blew his whistle. Play clock is at 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, and you got it at this point. I'll try to do another clock sync at the start of the second half as the first snap is in play and Jalen goes over the middle. Oh, that's not Goddard. That's Calcaterra. All right, Calcaterra live odds. Let's figure him out, Jason. Hello. Didn't know how many snaps Calcaterra was going to get today, but he's here. All right, jam-packed show tonight. Little diversity in the stream. Too slow, my man Cooper. Live stream tonight. A little bit of an unusual guest list. Ian McMillan is joining us third quarter. Falcons fan. Boo, boo. Although, I mean, I don't like the Eagles either. I'm a Cowboys fan, so whatever. Fourth quarter, friend of mine, Austin Mock with The Athletic. Super sharp when it comes to football. I believe he's sweating Eagles survivor pick tonight as well, if I do recall. Second quarter, he's usually in the chat. Tonight he's on stream. It's our man, Drunken Goon, Adrian. Big-time soccer bettor. Also has an affinity for the NFL. But making his premiere here on Forward Progress, completely sullying this channel for good. From Edgework, here at the Hammer, it's Matt Albert. Albert, how's it going?
You know, someone had to come in here and save you guys after the hit the books Forward Progress disaster the last few days. So wasn't surprised I was the first call on that list.
I think, okay, here we go. Disaster. Go ahead.
The only thing that's disastrous right now is your internet connection. Figure this stuff out. I'm talking to Moretto like literally right now. We can't have people on like this. This is crazy.
Yeah. Well, this is a classic. This is a high budget production, but Albert's internet, not high budget. I can tell you that. That's what happens when you lose too many games in overtime and shootout in the hockey season right there.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen again. It was something like 1 in 13, the first 14 or something like that. After a while, you just turn it off going into overtime because you know how it's going to go. You've been there.
Yeah, of course. Britton Covey with the receptions. You're going to see some names that you're just not used to seeing here for the Eagles. Did you bet this game at all, Albert? I know you're a Jets fan. Maybe you just only bet the Jets like a homer, but did you touch this one?
Actually, it was funny. Calcaterra had the first catch. I have him anytime touchdown. Got that from a chat a little bit ago at 23-1. So it was kind of funny seeing you mention that. And then he caught the first pass of the game.
Smarter than you look, Albert.
First half, but that's about it.
Smarter than you look. Well, it's gonna be 4th and 6 at the Atlanta 48. We'll see how spicy Sirianni wants to get in the early going here. Here we go. Look. Here's. I hate when my country takes irrational slander. Hello, Zach. What is worse, Canadian internet speeds or hit the books picks? Where are you located, Matt?
It's about the same.
Where are you located?
Where am I located?
Yeah, tell the people where you're located. Where are you?
I'm in New York. I'm right in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
So my internet's fine. None of that Canadian internet.
That was a good punch.
We actually ran a test earlier to make sure that it was fine because obviously had mic issues all of Edgework last year and was on with Moretto. And I believe his words were, "This is perfect. This is the best audio I've ever heard."
Yeah, but now you probably have like 100 tabs open on your computer, including a Pornhub or something like that. And it just slows down the connection. It's classic rookie.
There's no lotion in the background. You can't make that joke today. You got to wait until Edgework comes back.
It's true. Calcaterra, not bad. I mean, at least he's on the field. At least he's on the field. I like when you take shots and you immediately see your players on the field. It's a much better feeling than taking a shot and never, ever seeing them appear. And then they come out for one random snap so that the bet is live. It's actioned. That's tough. Those are tough breaks. What's new, man? Are you gearing up for hockey season? Are you doing the shoveling at the Rangers games again this year? Has that been renewed?
We'll be back on the ice. Last year was when my skates got stolen, so we've had to rebound from that. And we're gearing up. We're ready.
Sorry, excuse me?
Did you never hear that story?
It's coming back to me now. Like maybe I recall you saying something. So you got off the ice. By the way, this is not a joke, people. Matt, like I don't mean to demean or disrespect, to each their own, but Matt shovels the ice in between commercial breaks at MSG for Rangers games. It's his claim to fame. But what happened to your skates?
Big claim to fame. So it was game 2 against the Panthers. After the game, go to the bar like we do after every game, and just left our stuff there. And it was a Friday night. And go to leave, probably 1 o'clock in the morning or something. Go to grab my bag, and it's not there. So I'm like, all right, like what the fuck's going on? Like, where is it? Was not there. So left. I have one of those like little AirTag things in it. So I went on my phone. I was like, all right, let's see if I can find this thing. So we're now about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm running around the streets of Manhattan chasing an AirTag, which if you've ever done anything ever similar, you know that's not going to lead to the result that you're hoping it does. And ended up getting tracked down to a neighborhood in New York called East New York, which anyone who's from here knows that's not the best area.
Yeah.
So ended up going down there. Everyone said, don't go out there, don't go out there, don't go out there. So I went out there. Obviously.
Oh, wow. He went out there and then the internet went out there.
It's crazy. I'm going to have to talk to Moretto about this.
But bring him back in. I think he's good. You're good, Albert. Don't worry. You went out there.
What happened?
Stopped when you said you went out there. It just like froze. Yeah, probably because the tabs are open.
Close browsers, close all those tabs, please. Like just.
Yeah, whatever adult film sites you got open on the computer. There can only be one porn guy on this stream, and Jason's already got the claim to fame. So that's it.
All right, it should be good again. I just ran a speed test.
Whoa, that'll do it. That'll fix it.
That doesn't slow you down right now at all. Not live on air. Not slowing you down live on air.
Just a speed test. Sure. Problem solved.
Problem solved. Good as new.
All right. Let's continue forwards.
So where did I cut off in the story?
You went out to East New York.
Okay, so I went out to East New York, which is just
all right.
a complete shithole, to put it nicely. So get out there. Obviously, could never find it, so ended up having to buy new skates. That's the end of the story.
That was the whole story?
What did you think it was going to be? Like I went out to Japan and...
Okay, I'm going to give you some advice on telling a story.
All right, go ahead.
I say this in all seriousness. I'm telling you, this is not a joke. When the TLDR version of the story is basically the exact same as the full story, just tell the TLDR story.
We got to kill 45 minutes. Would you rather do it?
I don't kill time. I'm a seasoned media professional here. I do 5-hour streams before the Super Bowl. Hey, I don't need to kill time. There's nothing that needs to be killed. Wow, Jordan just took an absolute low blow shot at you.
You know, I'm surprised that you didn't get that one out of the way before somebody else could.
This is actually maybe one of the best segments we've done all season. It's actually been such a train wreck, so bad that it's good. Like, you ever watch one of those NFL games? Almost like the Bears game last night. It was so bad that it actually became riveting how bad it was at one point. I was a big fan.
Yeah, I've watched the Jets play football for a bunch of years. I'm very used to things being so bad that they can sometimes be good.
Bijan, got to catch the ball, my man. Got to catch the ball. That's not on Kirk. That is not on Kirk. By the way, he took that. I haven't even really paid attention to my advice, but it looked like he's been taking some snaps under center.
I was just supposed to say,
no, that was shotgun.
He's been a shotgun.
That was shotgun. That was, yeah.
And look at his mobility here. Doesn't look too great. The way he stepped up.
No. Well, it is what it is. Punt. Here we go. Who's that returning? Covey. That's just another bonus for possible touchdowns there. Okay. Well, punt. 5 minutes off the clock. You know what that means? It means it's live overtime. Nothing worse than not cheering for an over in an Eagles game, as I've learned previously. It's barely moved, dude. 43.5. I mean, through 44 is somewhat significant. Albert, before you log off today, you're going to have to give a live bet. I'll tell you right now. It's your duty as a first timer here to give a liver. FanDuel liver.
We'll
just remember where you are, what this is presented by. No random New York underground books or anything like that. Okay. No metallic lines, no Buckeye lines, no ace lines. FanDuel line.
How about these guys? There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Well, if you blur your background and then you show your phone to the screen, it just blurs, just so you're aware. Just another secret of doing
it didn't down here. Don't worry, I saw that.
All right.
Yeah, how are these guys saying that Kanish could get a new mic and won't put out for me? That's you seen how much that guy's lost everyone so far over the last year and a half? That's a little sad.
It is, but it's like similar to you in this first quarter. It's like a train wreck that you can't not watch. You can't look away sometimes. That's the funny thing. You know, I'll actually tell you the honest to God truth, which is truly hilarious. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I am like a college football handicapper. I'm not. Austin will come on in the fourth quarter. He does a lot of college football for us, and we get college football from a lot of different spots. My college football season this year has been absurdly good. Kanish is absurdly bad. Kanish been posting NFL picks to his Twitter. Guy can't lose. Our forward progress crew, with the exception of Hitman's props, can't win. I don't know what's going on, man. Bizarro world to start the year. That's for sure. That is for sure.
Yeah, I'd really like to throw a little more shade at Kanish, but we were talking this morning and I said, well, it'd be great, but I also got smoked this weekend, so it's hard for me to say too much.
Okay. I've heard about this as well. I've gone back and watched this. Somebody impersonated me in the Hit the Books chat this week. I got to get like an official logo next to me or something. I don't know what the hell this was. A bunch of people messaged me on the side. I've been impersonated.
We can get that fixed, but it's a good sign that we're getting to the point where people are willing to impersonate you. Just don't, if Rob ever asks for your login information for any of your accounts, don't send it to him.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Great advice, Jason. Great advice. Because so many people are falling for that scam nowadays. Yeah, send me your login information for your account.
Hey, they fell for the you betting thing. So like, I don't know.
Guys, I own my losses. I very clearly own my losses all the time. I give out a bad pick. I talk about it. I don't hide from it. It is who I am by nature. Whoever impersonated me in the Hit the Books chat on Saturday afternoon, they did a banger job. But I am in that chat regularly, and you'll notice that I never have an avatar. I just have an R next to my name. So someone came in and pretended they were me.
I got then because somebody commented on one of our forward progress videos as you with the
okay. So we're gonna have to figure out this problem this week. We're gonna have to figure this one out.
I'll figure it out now. We'll figure it out. I got you.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley.
So what was this whole story? Just somebody went in the chat and told them to bet Miami +6 as you.
Yeah, there was so every week Kanish and Powers on Hit the Books do a halftime stream of one of the big games. And usually it's an early game. So this week was Alabama, Wisconsin, and it was kind of a blowout, but they kind of give their thoughts as it goes on. And people in the chat are giving their thoughts as well. But someone came in and said, bet Miami, Ohio +6, something like that, live, trust me, or something along those lines. I don't know exactly what it was. But
source, bro, trust me.
Well, we suck as a content company. Like, we obviously should have some sort of symbols next to our name. Some people do. Moretto, how did Moretto get a hammer next to his name? And I'm here commenting from like what looks like a burner account. Got to get this shit in order. Got to get it in order. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised this hasn't. I'm surprised we haven't had more burners, honestly. I'm surprised. Barkley looks good.
Moving.
Barkley with an O-line looks good. You know who I think
Must have
doesn't
been
look
fun
good?
being a Giants fan last week, watching him score 3 touchdowns in week 1.
Oh, yeah. Giants fans are miserable. I mean,
Everyone I talked to, like, that was their Armageddon, was just seeing him go off right away.
the Giants, there's bad franchises, and then there's the Giants. Remember, like, when Dayball came in and there was so much optimism about the Giants, and now he just stinks. How do you not activate a kicker for the game when your existing kicker is going in with an injury? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Saquon is just killing this, man. Like, he's picking up like 10 yards at a time. 4 for 39 right now.
Yeah, he looks good.
He does. He does.
Let's get him in here, maybe. Oh, they took him out. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Just
Kenny
Kenny
Gainwell's in the game right now.
Well, if you bet is over at 7.5, that was on FanDuel best price to market.
Then you
You're
just
loving
got halfway there. Halfway there. Kenny Gainwell. What are your thoughts on the Jets early going this year? Honest thoughts, because we know you're a Jets fan. At least I know. Now it's revealed to the crowd. What do you think? Because I'm not super high on them right now.
I don't think it's shocking that they started slow. I mean, especially last year. Like, obviously, they don't get Rodgers in at all, learning an entirely new offense. Now he's sitting for a year. Like, I think you're kind of having to expect those growing pains to start, and then you throw the whole Rodgers thing on top of there. Like, okay, he looks healthy, but he's not going to look like he was 5 years ago. So I think it's kind of expected for them to start slow. It's hard to put too much judgment on it yet, really. I think they kind of just needed to get like the first win out of the way. I think they can almost just kind of take a deep breath. Like, this stretch to begin the season is what, 3 games and I think 11 days for them.
Yeah,
So it's
3
like
and
they got to get past.
Yeah,
I think it's 11, whatever that
yeah.
is, whatever the Monday, Sunday, Thursday is. So like you get past that, I think they can kind of take a little bit of a deep breath and relax a little bit and maybe settle in. But I mean, obviously they don't look great so far. It's just I think they have such a wide variety of outcomes this year.
Hurts is scrambling. Throw the ball. Oh, that was Johnny Wilson. No bueno. Broken up. Field goal attempt coming in. Yeah, I don't know. The Titans have found 2 ways to lose, like, horrendously. 2 games, 2 punt blocks. Like, how does that happen? I don't know what that team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to pull the trigger, but I don't know that I can. I really don't know that I can this week.
Yeah, I certainly could have done without the one in week 1.
Oh, Eagles are lining up to go. 4th and 4. Probably just going to draw them offside. Try to, at least. Yeah.
They called the timeout.
So, like,
Do you agree with calling timeout there versus take the 5 yards and you're kicking?
no.
Anyway?
Yeah, take the 5 yards. Very clearly take the 5 yards.
Especially with
you only call timeout if you're going for it, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But
even then, you just call the play if you're going for it. You don't call the timeout in any situation there. I don't know. These guys waste timeouts so frequently for no reason.
Honestly, first half, I don't mind that if you kind of want to just like reset and everything, see if you can draw them off and then set up on a 4th down right here. Second half, yeah, I'd agree with you.
Well, Albert, this is your first appearance on Forward Progress. You're going head to head with Belichick on ESPN2 right now. I would say he's
wonderful.
He's a bit of a bigger name, and not in the hockey world.
Just slightly.
Not in the hockey world.
Just slightly.
Yeah. All right, they are going. Hurts roll into his right. He rolled to his left last play. You never see that. Throw it. All right. Goddard's getting up looking like he wanted a penalty. It looked like he got pushed in the back, honestly. I mean, maybe we could see a replay of this play eventually. One day we'll see a replay of this.
I don't think that's
no, I didn't. But like maybe a view where we can get one.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that was like the worst possible angle you can choose. Like, hey, rather than the one from the side or front, let's just show the one from behind through 6 guys.
Yeah, it's tough break there. But this is how stuff happens in games. Like Eagles move down the field, they get nothing out of it. Such is life. 10-play, 55-yard drive that ends in no points. Now we're gonna look to the live over. Actually, I don't want if the Falcons punted from here, over is very, very good. I got to root for a 3 and out. 38.5. Just checking quickly. Yeah, I think we're gonna bet. I think I'm gonna bet the live over. I am. I'm gonna just hope the Falcons don't go on a drive here. Oh, it's moving in real time. I still want to get in on this. And just hopefully a 3 and out. A 3 and out with a couple incompletions would be great. I mean, Eagles games ending in the 30s, it don't happen too often. It don't happen too often. All the first TD scores are still alive as well. Okay, I'm in. Have you started?
Also in as well. I'm also
You're
in as
in?
well. Sorry. Just everyone
No,
chat fade me.
I do appreciate that you popped in to say that. It was an awkward silence, so it was.
I was waiting for someone to speak. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah,
we both freeze.
I forgot it. I forgot I was live on air for a little bit, just looking at numbers. Listen, it's tough, man. It's tough to do both in real time. It really is. I even lost my train of thought now. I'm tired. I'm honestly I ripped a 15-minute power nap around 7:15. I think I did more damage with the power nap.
What's your guys'
take?
Yeah. What's your take on napping? I have some friends who are just completely anti-nap and call you a pussy if you nap. Sorry, I should. That was aggressive word.
No, that's okay. That's the people that you hang out with.
15's a little too short. I'm pro, but 15's a little too short.
So what type of nap do you need?
Like 30.
Okay.
I
30
enjoy
a little longer.
I don't have a lot of time to nap, but if I can fit in a nap in the day, I will take the opportunity to nap. It's okay. I cannot imagine being an anti-nap guy. Oh, that's bad for the over right there. That's bad for the over. Bijan looks good. Bijan looks real good. Running game looks strong for both teams. I think we're in Darnell Mooney range right now. I really do. Yeah, there's a lot of studies on the nap time. 20 to 30 minutes is like the suggested time. I personally just I sleep till I'm going to wake up and then I wake up. That's the nap for me. But 15.
So if you're really tired, do you find yourself asleep for 2.5 hours and then you're just dead when you wake up?
No, I'm not. I'm not dead. I still wake up refreshed, but then I regret sleeping for 2.5 hours. I'm like, I should have set an alarm for an hour or something.
Napping without an alarm is risky.
Mm-hmm. That's what else do I got to do in life, Albert? I got no kids. I feed a tortoise, takes up 5 minutes of my day. I don't really have a lot of responsibility around here, especially on the off days. Tomorrow's an off day for me, technically. Off day from content, I should say. Was that Algier? I mean, these guys sometimes I don't really know.
Yeah.
Depends on the caffeine intake. I drink approximately 6 to 8 coffees a day. So, yeah.
You really?
Yeah, I do.
Can we get this on a t-shirt?
Rob just naps and roast Jason and cheers for injuries.
It's true.
I do 2 of the 3. I don't root for injuries.
You never roast me. You're right. You never roast me.
Oh yes.
Oh,
that's good. Oh no, it's incomplete.
No,
Is it in?
no.
Incomplete. He didn't hold the ball.
Sorry,
Oh,
you'll get a
he
big
jumped
return
that.
here on the over. For
Yeah.
the over.
Well, that's Drake London there. He can't really, Drake London's
That
got
was
to
awful.
position himself.
That was also a bad throw.
You can't even hold a straight face on that. He's only saying that because I like USC. Drake London went to USC. He's trying to be like a little. But no, Robert, no.
Also a terrible throw.
No.
Oh, I was so close. So close. I really I gotta cut back on the coffee. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm well aware. It's a real problem.
Second one, it's not good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not like a cold brew guy. But I
haven't had a sip of coffee since I was, I think, 16.
Explains a lot about your energy levels. I'll tell you that right now. You seem like a real rambunctious person, Matt. Let me tell you. Lots of energy.
Thanks,
lots of energy coming from you.
Are you like a caffeine guy at all, like Red Bull or like green tea or anything like not for the purpose of caffeine, but are you willing to drink those things, or do you just avoid caffeine in general?
Yeah. I've never liked Red Bull. I love green tea. I drink that a lot, so that definitely has it in there.
No
Celsius
Jaeger bombs.
is better than Red Bull. No Jaeger bombs.
Do you enjoy like a nice iced tea in the summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big iced tea, green tea guy for sure. Actually, the drink I'm having nonstop right now are those peach ones from, I think, Snapple. Those peach green teas, or those peach iced teas, whatever they are.
Yep. Iced tea is a popular drink in Canada. However, every Canadian who goes to the United States learns the hard way that what we call iced tea is not, in fact, iced tea in America. Our iced tea is like a sweet tea for you guys. So
that's like a Southern term, though. No one calls it sweet tea until you get anywhere down south. I feel like.
Well, iced tea in the U.S. is like iced tea, quite literally, and that makes a lot of sense. Ours is super sweet. Like, you don't want to drink that shit. Like, your teeth erode immediately when you put an iced tea in your mouth, basically.
Yeah, if anything, you just go to places and they ask you about sugar, but no, like actually the term sweet tea is usually further down south.
What do you mean that's not true?
It is very sweet.
This is very true. I've experienced it firsthand.
It's very true.
Firsthand. I don't know what part of it's not true. Like, if you went to a place and you got an iced tea, Matt, it would not be sweet.
If I went to a place here,
why did it take you so long to process that question?
It's probably a coin flip.
It's a coin flip?
On if they give it to you with sugar or not? Yeah, maybe slightly towards no, but yeah, closer to 50-50.
No, I'm definitely not talking about Long Island iced tea. I'll tell you that. Long Island iced teas, what are like the most disgusting beverage? Who orders a Long Island iced tea? I don't even remember what's in a Long Island iced tea. I just remember that you need serious help.
Jason knows.
Tell me you order and drink Long
I've
Island
ordered
iced
one before because someone else I was with was ordering. I was like, I'll try it. It wasn't that bad. I feel like it gets overhated. It's just incredibly sugary, and maybe it's not good for you, Rob, but
no, it's not
too much
sugar. It's that it tastes like drinking liquid ass is the best way I could describe it.
How would you know what that tastes like?
I mean, I can imagine. It's not a bad comeback there, Jason. You're thinking on your feet.
They have iced tea. They probably have both sweet and unsweet. That's exactly right.
All I know
Matt is still back like 5-10 minutes ago for the conversation.
You can't process this conversation in real time. It's real tough. I'm doing my best to work with Matt here. I'm doing my best, Matt. I think
it's been a long.
Well, it's also partly my fault because we did Edgework shows together last year, and I put a lot of pressure on you for sure. So I get it that you might be a little bit more reserved.
I think the only time I want to pick was when you finally decided to join the show. So I do appreciate that.
It was not a great year for you. Not a great year.
No, it was not.
But you know what? It's good. That's good. What the people who end up like 500, you don't want to be in that spot. You want to be really good or you want to suck when you're doing content. No in between. Look at Book It Trent. Why do you think everyone follows Trent? It's not because he wins at sports betting. They're just looking for picks to fade regularly.
Or Joey Knish.
Well, that too. It's becoming that way. In a shocking turn of events, Jalen Hurts rolled to his right one more time to throw an incompletion.
Is it crazy that I'm about to defend Knish right now? He almost hit like a massive round robin parlay last.
Out of curiosity, Jason, when you put down $100 on a massive parlay and it almost hits, what do you get paid for that?
But did he not round robin that?
Well, yeah, I think he wanted to, and there was something was lost in translation.
Then my bad.
Well, I'm just saying. Listen, I almost hit. I've almost hit lots of bets in my life before. It doesn't end up with dollars in the bank account.
If my grandma,
I asked him if he actually placed that parlay that whatever that site was, Bet 105 or whatever, tweeted 2 weeks ago that he hit on the NFL, and I think his response was something like, "No, are you crazy?" So I don't think he's the 17 parlay guy that we'd all like him to be.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, almost hit. Almost hit. That's I mean, Jason he's run up some losses on the show.
I've definitely run up some losses, and Rob, I almost hit a couple SGPs, but I did hit one SGP, which you have not yet hit so far this year. You just put that together using the suggestions that I was giving out. There was no thought on your end other than just listening to what I said, and you put it together. You're thinking about the second SGP I hit this year. You got to think I'm talking about the first one that we gave
the
out
Jordan
on the
Mason one.
The one on the Saturday show, David Montgomery, over rushing yards, David Montgomery, touchdown, Jared Goff, under passing yards, Detroit Lions win.
No, I just I only listen to that show for Hitman. As soon as you talk, I just hit the skip ahead button. So,
okay. Honestly, it's so fair. We got to hit that optimal runtime somehow, though.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins underthrew Drake London by like 5 yards here. Albert, I appreciate you joining me for the first time. I can't lie to you as a man and say that I'm going to have you back anytime in the near future, but it was a good quarter. It was a good run. It was a good appearance. And we're going to have some fun with Edgework this year as well.
We'll hopefully win some bets this year.
I think so. So money's still on the show, so somebody's going to win some bets at the very least.
Yeah, I was going to say, we didn't even get to the part of this where I think I'm going to bet the Canucks to miss the playoffs here. So
Are you now?
We'll have to get a DM from him. And we can do this again all year.
Yeah, he's probably just going to tell you to send the action directly to him, and he'll just book it instead. Not that he's an illegal
last year,
that would have like that. Stricken that from the record. All right, Matt. Good to see you. Enjoy the night.
Time to make like the Leafs. Get out of here after the
first. Shut up, please. Matt Albert, everyone. Matt Albert. End of the first quarter. I don't know what, the first quarter wasn't that long. It was only 35 minutes, but it felt like it took forever. I think I'm just jaded from the Bears game last night. I don't know if Patrick's correct here. Feels like this isn't a proper ratio that we usually get. But if it is, well, even if it isn't, if you're in here, smash a like.
It was correct when he sent that. So one, thank you, Patrick, for doing Rob's job for him. And number two, thank you for everyone who saw that and smashed the like button. We really appreciate it. Also, three, did Matt Albert just come on here for that bit of first round, first exit? Is that all? Is this a coordinated attack from Moretto? I'm in a spin cycle. Anyways,
I'm gonna have some words for Moretto later on today. I'm gonna tell you that. In fairness, he did ask me if Albert was okay for tonight's stream. And I said, yeah, sure. Let's have Albert on. I like the kid. I'll bust his balls a little bit. I think that's going to be a one and done. It's huge though for our next guest, because normally Albert's like the opener. You go see a huge show, you go see Guns N' Roses or whatever. That's what I grew up on back in the day. And there's always some 20-minute opener that no one wants to see. And everyone's booing. And then when it finally gets to Guns N' Roses, they're like a million times better because of that. Our next guest is in a great spot. Adrian, Drunken Goon. Not a great start on mute, I'll tell you that. This is the Jeff Feinberg
He's
third
doing the
quarter
Feinberg
special.
impression.
No, still no good. Still no. I mean, he did. In fairness, this is not fair to Goon because he did ask to do a mic test. He did.
It's very true. Just look in the private chat, and then you'll see what to do.
I actually love when our shows start like this. I'm not gonna lie. Algier.
I mean, Algier's getting way more work than I'm expecting today. I didn't think he was gonna get any touches, but
what are you gonna do?
What are your thoughts on Zach Robinson? I know it's only been 1.25 games. Oh no, I do have his under 24.5.
Algier?
Yeah.
Well, he's at 22 on 3 carries. I think you can officially cook that one.
Can I sacrifice a play for another play? Is that a thing? You know how there's one times can I like dagger a play to hit another play? All right, Adrian's back. I don't have to talk anymore.
Please get off the screen. There we go.
Sorry about that. Absolutely
No.
brutal. IT specialist.
No. Listen, in the media game, it's on the producer to ensure that the host, the guests, the quality of the audio is there. And
this only happens in the fourth quarter. Usually.
It usually happens in second half. Yes, it normally does happen in the second half. What's going on? You're coming from the street. I appreciate that you're in the streams pretty much every night, which
thanks for having me.
I don't know what's going on in your personal life, but you seem to watch a lot of NFL.
So I'm on my way to the airport to pick up my wife. She's been out of the town for a couple of weeks, so I've got a chance to get in the stream.
I see. Good call. Do you have a team? Do you have an NFL team that you root for?
I'm a Bills fan, but long-suffering Bills fan.
Yeah. We might have to this game sucks right now, in all honesty. We might have to pivot at some point to some Champions League discussion because I'm very interested in some of the games that are coming up. Well, particularly Juve and PSV, because that's Juve's my team. And I just want, I'm going to be real with the audience here. I'm going to bet them no matter what. But I'd feel a lot better about betting them if I had someone who actually has expertise in the soccer space saying that it's actually not a bad play.
Betting PSV?
No. We're not betting PSV. There's no way we're betting PSV. That is not happening on my watch. I refuse to do that.
All right. I'll look at it and see which way we can attack Juve tomorrow.
Yeah, got to do it. Try to see what happened here. Timeout on this 3rd and 9. Looked at it. Okay. Yeah, we're already, people right away saw you, and it's Ryan likes the city under. D2, Villa, Young Boys, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. You seem to be You seem to be nodding your head in approval of that one.
Can't complain. Villa game's going to be a banger.
Okay. Well, this one is not a banger, Adrian. I could tell you right now.
So I'll tell you, I don't usually bet parlays. Actually, I rarely bet parlays, but because I was coming on the stream, I actually put in a SGP for this game, and it's not looking great at all. I do have Eagles under, Barkley receiving yards over, Barkley receptions over, and Hurts under yards.
Listen, if your parlays aren't doing well, you're in the right spot. This is the place.
I heard you guys are looking to change the name to Backwards Progress.
Loss of yardage. That's something like that. Yeah.
Something that happened this weekend. I guess people are complaining about the quality of the results.
Yeah, whatever. It's 1 week of the season. I'm not overly concerned. Listen. Here's how I feel. When you do betting content and you're giving out picks, it does add extra pressure on you. Like, I'll be watching the games and I might have a bet that I never talked about, and I I don't even sweat that. But as soon as it's like my best bet of the week, I bet the Giants. They didn't cover. They lose. I'm sweating that game intensely. But at least I have last year's record to fall back on personally. Because I look at things in the view of a large sample, right? Sometimes you're going to have bad picks. Sometimes you're going to have good. They can't all be winning or whatever. But I had a good year last year on Forward Progress, so I have that to fall back on. The other guys, I don't even know how they're feeling. Like Hitman went 3-16 on best bets last year. You just like, how do you come back from that? I wouldn't even show my face ever again, personally.
Shoot or shoot, just keep firing.
That's it. I guess you got to win the units back somehow, right?
Yeah. The worst thing is when you give out plays and people, follow you on it. That's the worst. You're sweating those more than the bigger plays you have, actually.
Agreed. I totally agree with you. But
stressful.
But I learned over time, and I gave this speech a little bit last night, but if I tail someone else in the space, if Kanish messages me and says, hey, Rob, like I think this college football game is good to this number, and I go and bet it, it's on me. I always view it as it's on me. I went and I made the conscious decision to bet that game. I could have said no. I personally, what I don't like about the betting space, and I understand that this is always going to happen regardless, but I don't like when you give out plays and then someone will come after you afterwards and be like, oh, thanks for this, thanks for the Panthers or thanks for this. It's like, at the end of the day, it's on each of us who bets into our accounts to determine what we're going to bet. We process as much information as we can. Sometimes that's in the form of watching other people's content and betting whatever they want, but you got to own your own results tup and that's what it always
clicks it, right?
Of course. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about that.
Can we put up a poll?
Put up a poll for what?
I'm thirsty, so I need you to pick.
I love this. Oh, I don't know if we can show that one can.
Okay, yeah.
We have to hide that other can. We have to hide that other can.
Okay, all right.
I didn't even know that they had beer. Dave Mason's producing beer now. He's in the alcohol industry. Oh,
Adam up in Montreal. He bugs me for soccer picks, and once in a while he sends me a care package.
The old Adam Burns. True story. When I was working for Prediction Machine, when I was running Prediction Machine, I went to Boston for Sloan.
Oh, that's
MIT.
the Boston story. I heard the Boston story.
And I got a box at the Bruins Devils game that night. And I was just going around the conference. And if I thought somebody was like interesting, or I invited them out. So we ended up with like 30 random people in this box. That guy, Adam Burns, must have consumed on his own at least 24 beers that night. At least. He drank. I cannot believe how much beer we had to order for that box. I'll never do that again, by the way. As soon as people know booze is on your tab, real problem. But
you probably like brother wasn't there.
I never met his brother. I don't know his brother.
No, I've heard the story.
Oh, he can pound them back. Yeah, but what are you gonna do?
Next time you're in Ottawa, this is good local product.
I have some betting partners in Ottawa. I just try to avoid them at all costs, honestly. There's this one guy that is a good friend, but he's another one. He's asking for picks all the time. He's the guy messaging me last night while I'm on air for football, like, hey man, down bad. Yeah, what do you like in this game? And I'm like, I can't even say anything. I have to ignore it because if I tell him something, I know the amounts that he's betting, and I can't have that on me. He bets more than I do, and he's not a professional. Let's put it that way. So that's real tough. Yeah, that's real tough. Howdy, I think I think that's an alias. I think Adam Burns is an alias. Think the Eagles are going to be able to pass here or what? Oh, there we go. Devontae Smith.
I'm about 5 seconds behind, so. Lots of time in the pocket.
Yeah, all day. He actually hung in the pocket for once instead of rolling out to his right. And he actually got a receiver going on the left side of the field. Extremely rare for Jalen Hurts, honestly.
Did that touch the ground at all?
I think he dropped it. I watched that replay, and it looked like that could have been challenged.
Doesn't matter now.
Yeah, Seth even says it in the chat as well.
So Red Rocket starting at the weekend?
Oh, cannot wait.
How much does that change your line?
So I will know officially tomorrow morning. So our process as a group is we don't bet Mondays. We usually start we meet on Tuesday mornings, and then we go out, get the stuff that we want to get immediately. And definitely I think incomplete there. Definitely incomplete, but big upgrade. Not only is a big upgrade for Carolina, but you saw the money come in on the total today, and then it got bet back down below 41. But they are super slow offense with Bryce Young. And when Dalton started for them, they played much quicker, like 5-6 seconds quicker last year. So I think that'll have a big impact on the game as well. But very excited that Dalton is in there now. Very excited.
So I don't really mess with the NFL. I'm a lifetime 40%er. But
well, why don't you fade yourself then?
I don't have the heart, but if I give picks to others, they can go to the bank with those. I'm usually out Survivor week 1, week 2, week 3 at the most. 1 year I made it to like week 16, but NFL is just entertainment for me. I like to watch, sit on the couch, pound a couple of beers, and it's after all the soccer's off the board, and I can enjoy it.
So you usually are out week 1, week 2 Survivor. How about this year?
I didn't play this year, so I'm a winner.
There you go. You didn't lose money, and because you didn't lose money, you won. Classic.
I was late getting in, so
yeah,
that's my excuse. I'm sticking with it.
No, I don't mind that at all. 4th and 3. Okay, this is
great. After that, I'll say that for after this 4th and 3 play.
Yeah, I want to talk about that a little bit today as well.
Covey, is that his name? No,
Britton Covey.
Yeah. Let's tackle him.
Can
we tackle him? Oh my God,
he slid. He slid for you. Don't worry. He slid for you. Poor guy, Jason. Jason will cash about roughly 20 units tonight if Jalen Hurts doesn't get in the end zone. That's what he's sweating.
I just want to quickly throw this out there. And no's and unders are so much more fun than yeses and overs, because it's just like you're cheering against something to happen, and it's like it's painful to watch. You think
betting no's and unders are more fun?
Yes. Look at how sweaty I just got right there. Like, that was amazing. That was a rush. I'm a second.
You're young. You're gonna need to take it long term.
They called Jalen Hurts for delay a game because he spiked the ball afterwards, threw the ball. What is come on.
No fun league.
Come on. Yeah. That is serious serial killer vibes from Jason. Rooting for no's and unders. That's tough.
That's a pro's pro.
Yeah.
Me?
I don't know about that.
No, the approach. I don't know. I don't know him well enough to judge.
I'm really good with my distances with my iron and knowing what club to pick, but once I swing, it's an analogy. Anyways.
No, I've golfed with you, so I can say no. I can say no.
Right, let's change subjects.
I went into the office today. I recorded an episode of Circles Off. I saw Johnny's brother at the office today, and I'm like, Greg, here, Deontay Johnson or Stephon Diggs. You could take one to put on your favorite team right now. I don't know what it is with these guys. That whole family loves Diggs, man. They think I'm insane. They think I'm absolutely nuts.
Washed up prima donna?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the boomers talking, Young guys.
Well, I don't even care about the attitude. It's just that he's not the same player that he used to be. People are hanging on to what Stephon Diggs used to be. That's my whole thing. He'll bet him 3+ touchdowns next week after I said this, by the way. That's how things go around here. But
might have to take a night off if you had that.
Mm-hmm. 2nd and 20.
How about some screen passes here?
Hurts will just run with the ball. Basically, there we go. What a shocker.
You ever play QB1 back in the day?
I don't think so.
No. I was big in late 90s in the bars in Ontario. Basically predicting plays and
well, late 90s, I would have been a teenager. I know I look like I'm 55, but I'm actually in my late 30s. So
apologies.
No, it's okay. But my first venture into bar games was Golden Tee. I loved Golden Tee.
Solid.
I wasn't very good, but I loved Golden Tee.
Still practicing, I understand.
Hurt. Oh my God.
Did Kenneth Gainwell just tackle him? Did anyone see that? He was about to break that tackle.
Can someone explain to me? It seemed like there was 4 Falcons players around him. It looked like the play was dead to rights.
Oh my God.
What is going on?
This is the heart attack special now.
Yeah, this is tough for Jason.
Yeah, he almost broke that tackle, but Gainwell.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain. Go. No. Yeah. No. I don't know if I want them to score right away or like I don't know what's happening right now. Flag. Hopefully it's on. Oh, it needs to be on the Falcons. It needs to be on the Falcons.
There you go.
Or sorry, it needs to be on the Eagles. What am I saying? It needs to be on the Eagles.
No, if it's like pass interference in the end zone, this is going to the 1, and you might as well just
push. Yeah.
I need to go live bet. I'll be right back.
I think it's going to be ineligible downfield. That's what I'm calling right here. Looked like a lineman got out there. There we go. You know, in another life, I could have been an NFL referee.
Offensive coordinator, maybe?
That too, but like,
special teams coach?
I love that Eric Eager works for an NFL org. I can't even tell you how much. Like, there's so many people who make up stories about working for an NFL org. We know who those people are. Consulting for them on the draft and stuff. Yeah. Telling them who to draft. Yeah, sure. They're calling guys who are doing betting content on Twitter to, tell them who to draft.
Vegas scoop.
Cover?
Oh, Covey.
I can't get his name for the life of me.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You'll get Hurts' name when he's running a 1-yard sneak into the end zone. You'll get Hurts' name. Oh, now I wasn't going to drink beer tonight. And then I saw you crack that beer. And now the struggle is real.
It's time.
I might go for a glass of wine at the half, though.
Wow. What type? Give me your wine rundown, Rob.
I only buy Cab Savs.
Italian.
I only buy Cab Savs.
Any specific region? New World, Old World?
I'm a Napa type of guy, but man,
you ever been out there on a tasting tour?
I haven't been out there. I plan on it. Drew Dinsick, whale capper, is from that region, and he's been trying to get me to go out. Last time I saw him in person, trying to get me to go out. I will make it out at some point or another.
Good fun. Well worth it.
Yeah.
They have a train that takes you from winery to winery, so
I cannot wait for that. Again, chalky first touchdown. It's been happening every game. We just cannot get. Last year we had some crazy payouts on first touchdown. But anyways, still good. Needed that for the live over, which is, I think, taking a bath right now as well.
You guys can both speak to this because I know you've both been watching with our watch-alongs. How do you feel like, other than the Chiefs and Baltimore games, all these, like, I don't know if this is rose-colored glasses because I'm like, oh, football's back, so fun. But, like, these recent games, I feel like have been terrible. Like, and I don't know if I'm just forgetting what football was like. But these primetime games have just all been kind of ass. Maybe the Rams one. Other than that, the Rams.
No, the Brazil game was good. Eagles Packers. I know the field sucked. Field sucked.
Maybe I'm overreacting. I don't know.
I'm not. It's pretty good between the 20s, and once teams get in the red zone, it's like they forget how to, get open or how to pass, or the timing's off, or maybe the defenses are that much better, but too much kicking.
This is the third year for me of doing the watch-alongs here on Forward Progress. The first year, I was only doing one night a week. I was doing Monday Night Football, and Kanish was doing Thursday Night Football. And we were not on during the game. We just came on pregame and at the half. Last year, did the watch-alongs every Thursday and Monday. And I recall last year, maybe like fourth week of the season, I was like, why have I have I done this to myself for this whole year? Last night during the Bears-Texans game, I had the same feeling. Some of these games end up being so bad, and I do appreciate everyone who stays in here till the end. Honestly, it's the only way that I can possibly get through. So that game last night was horrendous. It ended up being like a close game, and it was just so long and bad.
How did the Bears cover? Like, absolutely.
That's the craziest.
I'm still wondering, like, how did that happen?
They've covered 2 games in a row. They're like 2-0 against the spread. I guess 1-0-1, depending on what I think the close was 6 yesterday. But yeah, how? I don't know what goes on with this league. I mean, Johnny was on. That was the longest quarter in the history of football. That third quarter yesterday.
That's crazy. Honestly like scumbag Johnny's like, I want to come on to the third quarter because it's the shortest quarter. And he gets served with the
karma.
Karma. Big time karma. Big time karma. But yeah, it's whatever. We're doing them this year. We're going through the whole year. But some of them are tough because you have the luxury of, if the game is crap, and I'm not on air, I could just turn it off and do something else. I'm here. Yeah, of course. Now I'm here and I got no booze here in front of me. I don't even know if I have any beer in the house, which is even a bigger problem. That's why I might have to crack wine.
That's a crime.
I know.
Should I start a poll on which Uber Eats beer you should order? I'm not going to order beer from
you can. Once I start ordering liquor on Uber Eats, that's when I know I've hit a new low.
It's efficient, though, to be fair.
Think of all the air miles.
That's true.
I don't even collect air miles.
Oh.
You'll start.
I don't even collect it. I don't like giving away my information for like small perks. Back in the day, I used to run a lot of
Google instead.
Well, I used to run a lot of scams back in the day, and one of them was I used to work at Sport Check. For those in the US that don't know, just like a sports retail company, and I had cashier privileges for a long time. And Sport Check used to give air miles. So whenever I was ringing people through the cash that didn't have air miles, I had mine just there, and I accumulated a lot. And then they caught on to that scam. I wasn't disciplined or anything like that. I just pretended like I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, it's just got to do what you got to do to get ahead.
The best
not being the scumbag allegations.
Free skate sharpening.
Well,
got those booklets.
Oh, the cards.
Good deal.
I mean, in another time, in more of a private setting, I can tell you about the scams I was running back in the day. But
plus EVs,
lot of plus EV moves, But I don't want to incriminate myself on air. But
4%, yeah, that's not a good idea.
Skate sharpenings, skate sharpenings were ready. Anyways. Oh, Kirk run and play action. That's a tough throw for him to make in that position.
How many games do you think he starts this season?
Kirk? I think he's going to get into a groove at some point. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I know they drafted Penix, but I think they're going to just keep going Kirk until they're not in the mix. And then if they are not in the mix anymore, they'll make the switch to Penix. But maybe at this rate. That would cash some bets for me. I have some unders. I have some Falcons alt unders as well. There's a good throw over the middle. Ray. That's my guy. It's my guy, Ray McLeod.
So had a big in my head. TV's off to the left here.
You don't have to apologize. You don't have
work setup.
Yeah. After the first quarter with Matt Albert today, no one else can do any rock on the stream. It's all just upwards from here.
He was messaging me on Twitter. He's like, "That was a disaster." I was like, "No, you're good. Don't worry."
What?
I
have a Telegram message from him that says, "Was that as bad as it felt like?" Turns out watching, betting, and live stream at once harder than it looks. See, this is why the internet didn't work. He had all his betting sites up. I knew this was going to happen. So selfish, Albert.
So which site's the biggest hog on your computer?
Anything that has that does a lot of geolocation checks would really slow it down. But
man, I hate those Pinnacle geo checks. Like I get the blurriest captchas, just drives me nuts.
Well, I understand that they have to do them by law. I get it. So it's like more of a, but there's better implementations than others for sure. But there's better.
Why do the pictures have to be blurry? That's the question. It just doesn't make any sense.
All the offshore sites make you do those stupid, like pick out the fire hydrants in these, pick out the bus, like, and I'm like, is this a bus? Is it not a bus? I can't tell. Like, what's going to happen here?
It's Jerome Bettis. It's not a bus.
It's not. It's pick out the buses. Jerome Bettis is what is pictured there. Anyways, it is what it is. That looked like
flag.
Did they pick up the flag?
You're going back.
Yeah, they picked up the flag.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see. 8 rushes, 59 yards. Bijan Robinson. What a bat.
Chat is going off right now. You guys are killing me.
I can't watch the chat. I have it in a different window. Anything good in there?
Yeah.
No, they're good. They're just talking about pick out the pigs in the image because I guess
select the pig.
The Jeff Feinberg.
It's just
is
all
that the running back pigs? Is it the hogs?
Yeah, it's all running backs. Yeah.
That would be so good, man.
So do we have a top 5 pigs?
We don't even know what the definition of a pig is. I don't think he knows.
I think
Algier like the old Redskins line.
You think Algier is a pig?
I think Algier is a pig. No,
he can be a pig.
Yeah,
like
when
he gets rolling,
Algier?
He can. Yeah.
Doesn't like workload have something to do with it? Algier gets no workload.
He's got 22 yards. When I bet is under like
Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's a pig,
yeah, of course. Yeah,
but not because he's big. Because he gets like big workload. I don't even know.
So a pig needs to be able to take a big load.
all Seattle backs would be pigs.
That was Mooney. Jason, if you don't want to be known as the porn guy,
how else? What volume? Do you want me to say volume? Like I don't know what else you want me to say. Well, it's a colloquial term. Like load is not. You guys are doing it, not me. Like if I say a running back takes a big load, it's obviously we all know what it's implying. It's not like I'm implying.
Like we know what it's implying.
No, I'm not talking about hogs and load. Like I'm not talking about this running back who's a hog and takes a big load. Like I'm not. That's not what we're. Sorry. This is you guys.
That's a new metric. That's a new metric right there.
Hog to load ratio. Yeah. Ray. Oh, I didn't bet Ray this week. I need him touchdown. I need him to score a touchdown, not receiving.
I was going to say.
I'm just a big fan of Ray McLeod, honestly. I don't know why. There's certain people you just become fans of. I don't even play fantasy football. Ray McLeod is my guy. I
was going to bring up my fantasy team, but I heard it's a no.
No, we do not.
Did you also lose cup this week?
I'm underwater. It's bad.
Okay. It's bad. I'll go.
You lost cup? Did you actually lose cup?
Yeah.
Cup was honestly a great pick, even though you lost it.
I'm aware. I have the most exposure to him and like anything that's like fantasy draft related. I have him best balls, everything. Because he was going best ball. People don't want to hear this 4th round in best ball, which made literally no sense to me early on. Like no sense.
That's the pick
PPR. Or sorry, full PPR. Anyways.
Oh no. Ray McLeod got an unnecessary roughness penalty after the play. Ray. Can't be doing that stuff.
No anytime TD for you.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't see it either.
Headbutt?
It's got to be something like that.
I was watching the Bears game last night. How in that melee there, the guy throws a punch and then headbutts somebody and he doesn't get a flag or for a game.
It was insane. I honestly have no idea.
Does the replay have a say in that, or
I believe that they're supposed to, because I've seen that happen before where like gets radioed down to the ref. He punched the guy in the face, which by the way, also, what are you thinking as a football player punching another guy in the head that's wearing a helmet? Like that's not going to end well for you. It can only end poorly for you.
Broken hand?
Yeah, like
I mean,
hit the guy hard enough. I mean, we have football helmets in our Circles Off studio. Every now and then I accidentally like hit my elbow on one or something. And it's, like, holy shit, these things are, got some seriously hurt someone with a football helmet.
So what do you think is worse, football replay or VAR in soccer? Implementation wise,
they're both bad. Here's my problem. I'm actually a big fan of getting the call right. Seriously, I am. Sure. Because I don't like betting on a game, especially for betting purposes, where I feel that I just was hard done by because they don't have the technology to figure this out. However, it makes the games so much slower. That's what drives me crazy. Like, you'll see the referee in a soccer match. He's got his earpiece. He's there. The players are all hovering around him. Like, he's telling them all to get away. By the time he actually goes over to view it, he's got to go, he does the symbol, runs to the side of the field. I know they don't want to make the ruling somewhere else, especially for penalties and stuff, but they're going to have to figure out a way to do that. I'm sorry. Like, if you're telling the referee to intervene because basically in most of these situations they feel he got the call wrong, then just say the call was wrong at that point.
Yeah, maybe let the guy have a look at it while you're looking at it as well. That would speed things up.
I don't know how. It's the same in the NFL. The ref runs over to the sideline. They got like this tablet waiting for him. And he's like, someone just radioed to him. What's right and what's wrong here? I don't understand the thought process.
A big screen.
It's brutal. They're both brutal. Replay in sports is brutal. I like the idea of replay in sports, get the call right, but at some point you just got to say this is taking too long. Like, yeah, robo-umps in baseball is we got to hit that point at some point. We do got to hit that at some point.
One of the props I used to bet in NFL for fun was, will there be a score in the last 2 minutes? You fun of that? Yes or no? Or no?
Yeah. So I used to bet, like, will there be a score in the first 7 minutes before rather than the last 2 minutes of the first half? Because there were some offensive coordinators that were much better at
the scripting.
Yeah, at the scripting. But that edge is kind of gone now. At least I don't think it's around anymore. I haven't looked at it in a while. It used to be a thing for sure. Oh, Bijan again. Oh, he is so valuable to this offense.
Bijan is a horse, not a pig.
You mean he's the offense?
He is the offense right now. You can say he's the offense. Him and Ray McLeod, who's their true number one, because seems like Drake London can't separate from anyone nowadays. It's tough.
Right.
London game.
Yeah.
He's going to score a touchdown right here, Rob. Don't worry.
I mean, it could happen. It could happen. Why? Like, Algiers in the game now.
No! There goes
the pigs. I think it's going to Pitts.
My Ottawa guy just messaged me right now, by the way, because we got some. Well, I got some bets in some of the accounts. He's going to let me know that anytime that one of them is already lost, as if I'm not aware.
But 55-minute rule, right?
That's it.
It could still push.
It's true. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell him that right now. I'm going to go back.
It's the Wisconsin and Vegas blow the transformer rule.
Yeah, I mean,
remember that game? Or were you around for that?
I do remember. Who told me about that game? Someone told me about that game. I don't have an experience with it, but this is happening in college football a lot nowadays. The first 2 weeks of the season, each week, there was games that were such big blowouts at the half that they played 10-minute third and fourth quarters in the game.
Oh.
And people were losing their shit because they'd already won their bets on spread or the over, and they didn't get paid out. But hey, fucking rules are rules, man. Like, somebody messaged me on Twitter. They're like, "Oh, FanDuel voided this bet." I'm like, "Yeah, it's the house rules. This game's got to be played this many things." He's like, "Well, it was their decision to shorten the game." I'm like, yeah.
Same guy's asking for a 2-up props refund.
I get it. It's
Ooh, that's a lot of laundry.
That's a big time face mask. Big time face mask.
So when do you start getting ready for hockey?
Later and later every year, honestly. We don't bet as large as we used to. And there's reasons behind that. Try to keep things way more quiet because we end up with more volume. But I'm not a super big hockey fan anymore. Like when hockey and football are overlapping, I prefer football. Once football season's done and it's, hockey and basketball, I prefer hockey. But I start later and later every year. I used to do a lot of preseason stuff, but even that now, like, it's so hard to get down on NHL preseason. Everybody's doing the same stuff. So the reality is I'm not ready now, and I won't be ready for it'll be like a last minute thing, just like it is every year for me.
Yeah, for me, it's usually good out of the gate, first month, October, and then I take a dive in November and then kind of rebound after that. So I got to learn to figure out what's going on in November or just skip it altogether.
I didn't actually know you bet hockey.
Yeah, quite a bit. That was more intense for me than soccer at some point.
Oh yes, this came up on our podcast. I do have a memory of this. We talked about this on Circles Off a little bit. Very briefly, but I'm the opposite. Usually out of the gate, I am not good at processing, or at least my model's not good at processing off field or like off-season changes, I should say.
Chemistry and roster changes. And...
Yeah, not good at that at all.
That was a horrible throw from Kirk Cousins. He had Mooney wide open.
But he,
also,
one time zone. They didn't want to score too early. That's why.
That's it. They got it to milk as much time off the clock as possible.
This is where Drake London comes in and just mosses someone. I know Drake London. Like I know Drake London. Oh, never mind.
So who's the number one target here for them? Is it London or Pitts inside the 5?
In the red zone, it's probably Pitts, but Jason would tell you otherwise because he's got the blinders on.
I have tons of blinders on. I'm not afraid to admit it, but also like he's actually just better. Period.
True.
Anyways.
You can continue. You can state your voice, your opinion. We all know you're a homer anyway.
I don't want to take it too far. I just want to know you're like Zach Robinson. I know I already asked about him earlier, but every time I watch like them play more and more, it just feels like I don't see much differences between this offense and an Arthur Smith ran one.
Right.
Doesn't feel like as big of a boost.
I need to know what happened. Did this throw go off like someone's helmet or something? It had to. If it didn't, how is that not grounding? He's standing directly. Like it must have hit something, right?
That one crossed the Delaware.
He's standing in the pocket. There's no one remotely close. By the way, Drake London was open on that play. He separated by pushing off.
Oh, get out of here. You can make contact within 5 yards. What is this? Like,
can someone actually explain to me how that was not an intentional grounding penalty? Someone has got to tell me how that was not a grounding penalty. It didn't end up in the field of play. It was thrown into the stands with no one even remotely close.
Surface to air missile.
Holy shit. Not a great half for Kirk. He looks pretty bad. By the way, Jason, while you're backstage, you know what it's time to do, buddy. It's time to cook up an SGP for the half. We need some rooting interest for the second half because this Darnell Mooney long ball ain't happening with Kirk here.
All right, while he does that, and I'm on my way out, I'll give you a couple of soccer picks for Champions League.
Thank you. I mean, you have to redeem yourself by the way. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm sorry I said that, Adrian. You continue on. I clicked the bet myself because I trust you as a bettor, but I clicked it myself. The onus is on me.
Oh, was that the over 2.5?
Yeah,
midweek?
It was France and Belgium, and it was 2-0 in like the 60th minute, I want to say, something like that, and then we didn't get another. But it's okay.
It wasn't as bad as the ones I gave Burns yesterday.
Oh, good to him.
So I'm gonna stay off that Juve game because you have interest, and my kid's interested in Eindhoven. So I'm gonna roll with the Italians. Milan at home against Liverpool plus a half, -110 or better. Bologna over Shakhtar, -110, good to -120. Oh, that one's on Wednesday. And the other one was Atalanta at home plus a half against Arsenal. So that's 3 Italians over 3 days. Should get the vino going.
I like your style. And I saw Jason Kelce before the game today on the field wearing a green Italia tracksuit. So maybe it's a sign. Might be a sign. Jason Kelce can't be Italian, right? Just to make that abundantly clear. I don't know, but
was that a Philly green or is that an Italy green?
I couldn't. It looked like an Italy green tracksuit. It looked like it had an Italia emblem.
It was pesto, right?
Yeah, pesto green. Pesto green. Yeah. All right.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. We're not at the half here. I'm gonna go find the best prices.
Sorry.
It's okay. No. It's gonna be a kickoff. It's gonna be a kneel down. You don't have to wait and suffer through.
My wife's plane doesn't land for another hour, so I'm good.
Oh, that's it.
Good story there with Air Canada striking. When
I forgot about that.
Reached out, is like, yeah, I can do it, and then we had to figure out the flight path. Guess what the most unlikely stopover is between Frankfurt and Ottawa?
Reykjavik.
Halifax.
I knew it was going to be something like that.
Ridiculous, but hey, gets people there, so we'll take it.
What are you going to do? Is Kirk Cousins related to DeMarcus Cousins? I'm fairly certain that there's no relation there. Fairly certain.
5th removed Cousins.
Maybe you never know. I don't judge a book by its cover. Now we're at the half. Adrian, appreciate it. I'm going to rip these Italian bets. I can't even hit them quick enough because I love to bet on Italian teams in Europe. So hopefully they don't let us down.
I'm not a fan of that, but hey, hopefully it works out. It's
this time.
I think they're undervalued. And keep an eye on Napoli. I mean, everybody's dumping on them, but they're out of Europe. And
I know. And Conte's there now too.
Conte's there. They got a striker. They sent another striker packing.
Yeah. They sent us some packing for Lukaku. Yeah. I mean, we didn't see that one coming, but all right. Adrian, appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your night. Drunken Goon, everyone. You can follow him on Twitter. Great guy. Big fan of that guy. Really, really good dude. Jason's cooking something up backstage there. Rob, Ride the Lightning or Master of Puppets? I have a very unpopular Metallica take. My favorite Metallica album is And Justice for All. I know that the bass is not recognizable on the album. Maybe that's why I like it even more. But I grew up playing guitar. I like that album the best in terms of the overall riffage. Between these two, I choose Master of Puppets over Ride the Lightning. All 3 are ridiculously good. It's the best 3 album run of any band in history. It just won't happen. It just won't happen. Just reading, catching up on comments here. I mean, Drunken Goons in the chat here every night. Maybe we got to start doing that. Maybe we'll start bringing people on from the chat. Get some new perspectives out there. I saw Chosen recommended himself earlier, but I'm not bringing Chosen on to talk about Flat Earth or anything like that. That's not going to happen. Oh, my God. Comment of the night.
That's so rude. That's so good, though, but that's so rude.
It actually is really good. So when you're backstage there, I can see your computer screen in a very small corner, and you were frantically like You were going through every market there.
You can see my screen
in a very, very small. Well,
okay.
Only the one that you let me see. Yes.
Okay. No, I'm kidding. We're good.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's your time to shine at this point.
I don't know how I'm feeling. I want to know the chat. I have a concept. I just don't know how to play it. Let me preface it with that. This is what I came up with so far.
Okay.
Just that. So Jahan Dotson already has one catch. He has one catch for, 6 yards? So we want him to get two more catches and stay under his 18.5 yards. So, okay, get these fucking bots out of here.
These bots got to get out.
Thank you for the subscription, though. We appreciate you.
It's true. At least they subscribe. And you know what? Honestly, the bot subscribed, and like 60% of you who are watching right now are not subscribed.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
Do we like this concept where Jahan Dotson only has to catch 2 more passes, but we feel like he's getting worked in the short game? So we're going to take his under 18.5 in receiving yards. 18.5 is really low. This is probably going to lose. This is all I could really come up with. I don't really like I'm honestly very nervous about my Jalen Hurts bet still. So I don't know. Chat, you can let me know if you guys like this or not, but we can adjust this as you please.
No. This is whatever you're feeling. And listen, I'm going to bet it because here's the thing about taking bets from your friends. They win and you're happy, or they lose, you blame your friend.
You complain, of course. Yeah.
That's just the rules of sports betting.
Didn't we spend the first 10-ish minutes of this show talking about how
I'm not actually being serious, but when it comes to you, I am.
Yeah,
like
I know.
For you, like for good friends, you bust their chops. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not finding like a random stranger on the internet who I randomly caught their podcast. Like if I listen to the Bacon Bets podcast with Ian McMillan and he picks every single game and I lose something that we're together on, and then I don't message him afterwards and be like, oh, I wasn't going to bet this, but then I heard your podcast and I did. Thanks for the loser, buddy. Like I don't do that. Who does that?
Scumbags.
Yeah. If I made a good enough case that you wanted to bet a game, I'm glad I did. But at the end of the day, you're clicking the button. I'm not putting a gun to your head saying you got to bet this. I'm not doing that. Oh, this is a good question here. Sorry, just really random. Whenever the metal talk comes in, was Metallica's run better than System? I'm a huge System of a Down fan. Yes. Like I am. Love System of a Down. What are you doing there?
Someone asked if it was in a Giant jersey. I was going to let you do your thing and then show them at the same time. It's a McNabb jersey.
McNabb. My lasting memory of McNabb was him blowing chunks in the huddle of the Super Bowl. Do you remember that? Or are you too young to remember that?
I definitely don't remember that.
It was the first Eagles Patriots Super Bowl. And McNabb threw up in the huddle.
Don't remember
the last drive of the game, I'm pretty sure.
What year was that? 2003?
I don't remember the year. If it was 2003, I was definitely underage at a bar watching that game. I can confirm if that's what year it was. I played a lot of dice that night. Lots of dice at an underground Toronto bar. Okay, is that what we're putting in? Are you done with that? Like, can I actually bet it now?
Yeah, I'm trying to bet it myself right now.
I mean, I really think that this parlay should pay like 100 to 1. But you're
okay. So then we should not. No.
Now I'm not talking you off of it, and I'm not going to be the scapegoat. These are the rules. You know the rules of betting. They're unwritten. They're fair. I put it on you. You threw it out there. I'm rooting for Jahan Dotson 80 plus yards. That ain't happening. I'll tell you right now. But I will cash. I will big time cash if Jahan Dotson gets to 80. Like I'm talking, maybe we're going to have to cancel the streams for the rest of the year. That much cash. Like my equity stake in the Hammer might just be sold at that point, and I'm going to move on into retirement. No, not quite that much. But okay, bring it back up quickly.
I know Ian's backstage, so maybe you can take a look. And
the odds are getting even longer now.
I think everyone is doing the opposite of what I'm doing.
You know what? How would we say this? We just bet Jahan Dotson under receptions and over 17.5 yards.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's do that.
You can't bet under receptions. That's the problem. You can't bet live under receptions. You can only bet over receptions live.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sure I could find this. Like I just don't. I don't trust that you know what you're talking about.
Not if you want to bet on FanDuel Sportsbook, the world's #1 sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook as well.
I mean, it's probably not the one. Like I love FanDuel. I love FanDuel. I love FanDuel. Don't get me wrong, but they're probably not the world's #1. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Hey, you
like,
know
I don't want you false we don't need a lawsuit for false advertising, you know.
#1 in my eyes, and then #1 in my heart as well.
All right, you're right on this one. I can't fade you. I'm tailing you. I've decided to tail. Do we have a live token we can use? There is a boost, right? Live
50% boost. It's like actually it gets to a really good number if you can if you apply the live boost right now. I'll see what number it is. Give me a sec. Levi TV. Good luck fading it, buddy. You can't. So how do you like them apples?
Bet those as individual legs or something like that. Anyways, I'm not gonna leave Ian backstage forever. He clearly has some thoughts on the first half. We might as well get them. Ian McMillan, everyone. You got some thoughts, don't you?
Rob, I might have been a little too quick to defend my Falcons last week during the Packers-Eagles game. Yeah, I might have got a little too passionate. I might have got over my skis a little bit.
It happens, man.
We might just be the same old Falcons.
Fandom does that to people. You get excited about your team. I completely get it. But this iteration of Kirk, it ain't it. Bijan looks great.
Bijan looks unbelievable. The defense looks pretty solid. I'm starting to get ready for Michael Penix season. If Kirk doesn't look better by the end of next week against the Chiefs, I'm starting to start Michael Penix campaign.
It's a 2-year deal for Kirk. I don't know that Raheem Morris will make the change unless it gets like really bad.
It could though. It might. It's bad, Rob. He doesn't look mobile. I don't know if I've seen a quarterback play with as low confidence as Kirk Cousins outside of Bryce Young. Bryce Young might be the only quarterback who plays with less confidence right now than Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's kind of. I've always actually been a Kirk Cousins fan, but he obviously has a ceiling relative to the elite quarterbacks, and he gets frazzled more than a lot of other quarterbacks. Dak Prescott is like that as well, where when things aren't going right, they just seem to be really not going right. I don't know. I still think, like, my opinion on Atlanta going into the year was not that they're bad. It was just that the market is too high on this team. Did I see this coming from New Orleans? Hell no. I don't know where this came from. Clint Kubiak put this guy in Canton right now, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, because what he's done to that offense is absurd. They have scored on every drive. The New Orleans Saints have scored on every
They haven't punted yet this season?
No. They have scored on every drive through 2 games.
Well, let me ask you this, Rob. Through 2 games, how much of the first 2 games do you take into your consideration handicapping future games? Or do you just look at it as, it's a 2-game sample size, it could still fall apart? Or the opposite sense for some other teams, things could get together?
I think it's team dependent. I've always felt that it's team dependent. Because it's such a short season that you can't just stick with your priors for half the year. Right. And be like, this team was no, at some point you got Bryce Young is the perfect example. After week 1,
right,
I told myself, I don't care what number the model spits out. I'm not betting Bryce Young. I'm just not going to do it. You got to give me an insane amount of points because I know with a high degree of certainty what he is. Even Bo Nix is a rookie. It's, I watched the first game against Seattle and I'm like, okay, I have a very good idea of what this guy is going to be going forward. The challenge with the Saints is that the offense actually looks so much different. It's been talked about so many times. I hate repeating it, but they run a lot of motion now. They're reading the defensive coverages before the play. It's not vanilla. Even Alvin Kamara looks like he's got holes to run into. This was, I know Carr completed 11 passes, but these are all downfield. The throw he made to Olave was absurd. Double coverage, and he threw it into the right spot. I don't know. I've always been a Carr fan. If you can keep him protected, we'll see. I'm not like all the way there on the Saints yet, but I'm willing to admit that I could have been very wrong.
The one thing I'll say that like really gives me like an extra boost towards Clint Kubiak is that they did none of this stuff in preseason. So they obviously knew what they were doing was like they kept it hidden. And maybe if it's on tape, it might be like, maybe it'll be easier to stop them now. Now we've seen 2 weeks of them, but at the same time, you think they hit it because they wanted to be like a surprise of like, hey, we actually might be able to know how to run an offense this year.
This is, I mean, think about a nightmare start for the first 2 weeks for a Falcons fan. This is it. We suck. Kirk Cousins is hurt. He can barely stand up. And the Saints and the Buccaneers are elite.
Yep. And you had to watch both of the Falcons games in prime time too. Standalone games.
Perfect. And then we got Chiefs next Sunday night. Perfect. Can't wait for that.
The Panthers all of a sudden also become a sneaky team with the red rifle in there.
No, we're not. We're better than the Panthers at least. At least I can say.
I don't know,
man.
We're
not the Carolina Panthers.
You have the worst quarterback if Dalton's starting.
Stop. Okay, let's relax on that. Come on.
Yeah, honestly,
35-year-old Andy Dalton.
Kirk, he's got no velocity right now. It's like he can't step into the throws. You know what this looks like? It reminds me of, as one of my favorite players ever, even though I never played for the Cowboys. It reminds me of the tail end of Peyton Manning's career. And I know he won the
tweet that tonight. He looks like Peyton Manning in, I think, 2015, which I think was his last year. Yeah.
And that's what it feels like to me. It's just, you got to have an elite defense to win like that. And I mean, right now the Falcons defense is keeping them in the game for sure.
People in the chat saying Deontay Johnson better than Drake London. Come on.
They're just doing that to egg me on.
Come on.
They're doing that to egg both of us on. You know I'm a Drake London guy.
I didn't want to come on this show tonight and defend my Falcons. I did it too much last week. But if you guys are going to be saying things in the chat like Deontay Johnson over Drake London, I have no choice but to once again defend the Falcons.
Well, so listen, one of those two receivers gets separation, right?
Right.
That's Deontay.
All I see is just Drake London wide open on every replay, but Kirk Cousins just doesn't want to throw to him. I'm blaming Kirk Cousins, by the way.
Look at this throw to Bijan underneath. The guy was wide. There's no one near him, and he if you just put it on his hands, he picks up like another 10 yards on that play, but he couldn't do that.
Honestly, I'm a Penix fan. Let's get Michael Penix in there.
Yeah, you can pronounce his name properly for sure.
No. But
I know what's on your mind. My lovely wife brought me a beer just now. I do. Nice. She must have heard that I was suffering up here watching this game. Classy move.
It's been a bit of a tough one to watch.
It's better than last night though. Last night I contracted hepatitis B from watching the game last night. True story. Just run Robinson. Just run Robinson over and over.
Oh, I just put up a poll in the chat. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You know what? I just have to say, because first quarter today we had Matt Albert. Horrible internet connection. Second quarter, my guy Drunken Goon still in the chat. Shows up, can't get his mic to work. Did you see the move that Ian just pulled right there? It might have gone unnoticed. But that looked like an enormous sneeze that would have sent like shockwaves through this entire broadcast. Muted the mic.
Turned away.
It's little things like that I can still root for the Falcons. It's little things where I always come back and be like, and Jason,
I appreciate you recognize that. I am fighting a cold. The Falcons to start the season have literally made me sick. I'm blaming me getting sick on the Falcons, so I will cough and blow my nose a couple times during this. I will do my very best to mute beforehand.
Like that sneeze was vicious.
That was a cough. That was a coughing fit.
It was a cough. You were shaking. Like I could see stuff shaking around you. It's not good.
Quickly, I put up a poll in the chat. If Deontay Johnson versus Drake London, forward progress chatters, I expect like a higher understanding of football knowledge from you guys. So like, please get this answer correct. Not saying that there is a correct answer. And then number 2, Sam Hoppen is in the chat. I see him. But if he asks or mentions any plays, it might be a burner. So chat, just be careful.
It's true. There's burners of Rob Pizzola out here. There might be burners of other people. This is going to become a thing, a real problem. We need to get verified accounts. The guys that hit the books are charging people like $2 now for memberships so that they can use emojis and stuff like that. We're going to have to do that. We need verified people around here. I'm sorry, I don't want to charge, but it's gone too far. People are using my name, showing up in other chats. Can't have that happen. Can't have it. Can't do it.
Ian, how was your bet? How'd your bets go so far this week?
Terrible. It's been a bad week overall. It's that I like for my mental health. I need the Falcons to win tonight, please, or else it's tomorrow morning. It's going to be rough.
I saw that you did you already release your podcast this week? Because I saw that you were talking about maybe some Panthers numbers. Maybe was this not you? You bet on the Panthers and then they moved. Maybe I might be mistaken this.
No, I see. Well, the Panthers line did move, but no, I haven't placed any bets yet.
Okay.
That's
I just
great production research there, Jason. Once again, good stuff, man. You're always
you might have tweeted about it.
You're always a step ahead of the game. Hopefully, you remember what you tweeted about. Hopefully.
No, I don't. I said the Bryce Young's one of his 2 career wins came against the Falcons. I did say that, which sucks.
Okay. That's absolutely not
eliminated
what
us from the playoffs last season.
Yeah, I do remember that.
You're about to say it.
Yeah, my best bet for the Panthers before the season was Bryce Young under his passing yards total, which should win at this point. Okay. Oh no, did something bad happen?
Kirk took a pretty vicious sack. It looked like it wasn't quite as bad as whatever happened yesterday in last night's game. I think it was Will Anderson that absolutely destroyed Caleb Williams. You know what? I'm going to say this. They stopped calling this. This is a roughing the passer penalty. It would be soft. It's the one that none of us want to call, but it is a roughing the passer. It's
how quick would the flags come out if that was Patrick Mahomes? How quick would the flags?
No, we're not doing this game.
Fact or fiction?
You're not wrong.
We're not playing this game.
I agree. I agree. And we saw the same thing last night, too. If Patrick Mahomes was playing last night, there would have been 15 flags thrown on those 34 pressures.
Can someone really explain to me why Jason Kelsey's wearing a full Italia tracksuit? What is this? He's not. Is it? Are the Kelsey brothers Italian? Like, have I missed something this whole time?
I don't know, but I just kind of feel like Eagles fans are all Italian. No?
I think Philly's a pretty Italian city.
I think Philly's pretty Italian.
Like I can picture like what are the Philly cheesesteak places? There's like a Geno's. What are the 2 places? Okay, here we go.
I don't know.
Listen, you can wear whatever tracksuit you want to. I'm just interested. Like, why not an Eagles tracksuit? If you want to wear a green tracksuit.
Well, someone in the chat said Big Dom got a form. Yeah, there we go.
Makes a lot of sense. Now it's all coming together. Now it's all coming. I wasn't judging people.
Is that true? I feel like that's fully fake news. Someone just said that as like a joke, and we're just taking and running with it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like, did they say it on the broadcast? Did they like
E-Colt wouldn't lie to? We know E-Colt.
Oh yeah, we do know E-Colt.
We do know E-Colt. If he's lying to me,
sorry.
Yeah. I would definitely dox him if he was lying.
The Falcons are currently winning this game.
Oh, I forgot about that. They actually are.
And we need this. After losing the Steelers last week, you got to steal a win against the Eagles, or else we're facing 0-3.
I mean, they're like Bijan has 12 rushes for 96 yards. Algier has 8 for 51. Like, they're running for 7-ish yards per play. Yeah. I didn't know Arthur Smith was still there. I thought Zach Robinson was the OC.
Well,
but this
Philly
is the Arthur Smith.
They did give up 7.8 yards per rush to the Packers last week. So Philly run defense might have some issues. Maybe don't throw the ball the rest of the game.
Philly's got New Orleans next week at New Orleans. I'm very interested to see what that line is going to open at. Actually, I think I saw it today. I'm pretty sure it got down to like Philly was very small favorite, right?
I think Saints were +2.
Yeah, 2. Interesting.
I think.
Because like that number going into the year would have been much, much larger. Much larger.
If you could right now trade Clint Kubiak for Zach Robinson, would you do it as a Falcons fan?
No, let's relax. We're a game and a half into the season with Zach Robinson. I'm going to give the guy a little bit more leeway.
Like, the
offensive genius from the Rams pass attack the past couple of years? I'll give him a couple games.
I think we got the wrong offensive genius from the Rams, though.
Well, probably.
Oh man, you know, the Cowboys got smoked yesterday. I have no leg to stand on, but I know, like, I set my expectations very. You're gonna have to learn this over time, and you're younger than me, and you know, I used to have like a nice head of hair. You wouldn't believe this by looking at me now, but like,
right,
Francesco Totti in his prime, head of hair, you know, the long locks. And then I set my expectations high for the Cowboys every year. I thought every year this is going to be the year. And then this happened. It just all went away. Now my expectations, I've learned, you got to go into the year, no matter how excited you are, you got to convince yourself it's going to be a down year. That is a true pro move.
Starting next year, I think that's probably going to be the move. But that's just not fun, Rob. It's fun to get your hopes up a little bit.
I don't believe it is. I really don't. Maybe that speaks to who I am as a person. It says a lot about me.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Scott saw the pic on Twitter. I posted a pic on Twitter where I had some serious hair in my
recently.
Youth. No, this would have been
okay. I'm not
when I first met my wife. I was in my early.
No, I mean, when you posted the picture, was the picture
I posted it very recent.
Okay.
The picture I posted was not recent, but I did recently post the picture.
Right.
I hope that clarifies.
Yes. I just wanted to see if I look at your timeline, if I can see the picture, or am I going to have to scroll back weeks?
No, you'd have to just like click the media button. It's very, very recent. I think I was actually wearing an Italia jersey as well. And it's Azzurri blue.
Oh, there it is. Oh, you did have some hair. Look at that.
Yeah. I really did. Rob had wannabe whale cap. I will say it's the complete opposite. Whale capper has now mimicked previous Pizzola hair.
Ian, I know you're a big, a close friend of Francesco Greco. And I know Rob is also a close friend of Francesco Greco. So I can
confirm. I can confirm.
Can confirm. Okay.
Regards from Canada.
Yeah.
Do you think we can ever get him on a watch along here for the chat? No. Chat, is that something you would be interested in?
No. It's never going to happen. Too big of a risk to getting a YouTube strike.
What if we get like a 5 to 10 second delay and get someone on like a mute button just in case?
I don't think we could pull it off. I honestly don't think we could do it.
1s and 2s in the chat. 1s if you want to see it, 2 if you don't. I think it could be fun.
He's also so loud. Like when I'm watching, imagine that guy yelling during the game. There is no tomorrow and whatever. Like I can't deal with it.
A couple of years ago for the World Cup, I was going to do a World Cup podcast with him, and he was all in. And then like right before we were about to record, he refused to actually like do it live. Like he wanted to just like record segments by himself and then me like edit the segments into the podcast. I'm like, Francesco, that's not what we agreed on. Like, I want to talk to you.
Wait,
I'm going to just do a podcast and be like, here's Francesco for the next 10 minutes talking about his picks.
That man has been in my home.
That's
I live
crazy
right
that
now,
you would let him in your house.
He has been in this home. Wow,
that's
what a move that was.
I know where you live, Pizzola.
I know where.
That was a bold move doing that.
He was here with a female at the time, his girlfriend at the time. I don't believe they're together anymore.
They had an arrangement, or
I mean, like, not surprising to be honest with you, though. I took that guy out to every nice Italian restaurant, like really fine establishments. He ordered a margarita pizza at every single one of them. He went through the menu for 10 minutes and settled on a margarita pizza at every one of these places. I took him to Niagara Falls. I went on Maid of the Mist with him and his girlfriend, brought him back home. He was totally, what you see is not my experience with him as a person. However, I do think he can get completely unhinged on one of these. Like, you give him attention and the time of day to say whatever he wants to say, it can go off the rails real quick.
So do you think there's a bit of a character that he plays a little bit? Because I've always wondered that. Is he a character or is that really what he's like?
I think he hams it up for the camera a little bit.
Yeah. He's a showman.
Yep. Devontae Smith. This is a touchdown would be a real problem here, I think, Ian, because I'm not sure that the Falcons could score one.
If you haven't voted in the chat, by the way, please vote in the chat. There's only 91 votes and there's 264 people watching. It would really help us out. Thank you.
Yeah, a touchdown. I mean, we're getting the ball down the field, but it's just getting is an issue.
I'm going to do a countdown here because Levi asked for it, and Levi's been roasting Jason in the last few watch-alongs, so I do like this guy. So I will give a countdown as soon as I see the next play clock. Was this a catch? Yeah, it was a catch.
And naturally, I am, once again, of course, significantly behind.
Play clock is at 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and we got the snap.
I'm actually not as far behind as I was last week.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good. We got to get you on in like the first quarter, so the spoilers don't feel as bad, you know. But you're good. You're a good third quarter guy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I
don't even know what I mean by that. No, I actually have no idea. It seems like this is the right spot, though. Like I'm used to Jeff in the third quarters, and me and Jeff go way back. We're kind of like, I know how to push his buttons a little bit, whatever. Right. I kind of feel the same way about you. I don't know you as well as Jeff, but I think you're a good third quarter guy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think I have most nights come on in the second half, like last season.
That was a good.
Ian's a fantastic anchor. Fantastic anchor for the stream.
Thank you.
Yeah, he is good. Jesse Bates, great play there. Great play by Jesse Bates. I'm a big fan of Jesse
elite
Bates.
Safety.
Yeah, he's great. He is great.
Right now, the poll is at 49% Drake London, 51% Deontay Johnson, which is like I feel like 50 to 60% of those votes are just a troll.
I'll make a poll on Twitter myself later and see what the real fans think.
Okay, fair. Faking the kick. What's going on here?
No, they're just trying to draw him offside. They're just trying to draw him offside.
Did they call a timeout?
No, they're just going to take the delay because they know what they're doing.
Sure.
Oh,
okay, sure.
They know what they're doing.
What sucks is that parlay I sent out at the half. By the way, Ian, you didn't let us know if you thought it was terrible or not. It was the right idea, wrong player again. Covey is the guy.
So listen, Jason, I'm just going to level with you. We don't need people to tell you that it's terrible. Like everyone just knows. I just want to give you like a little bit of airtime. I want to build you up. I'm trying to build you up as a personality.
I'm just tearing myself down.
The network is too dependent on me. I need to nurture some other, but you're getting there. I like you as a sidekick.
When do I get
on the mic for too long now? You've been on the mic for too long.
Okay, before I go, when do I get promoted from fluffer to like main star?
I don't know that that's ever going to happen. You could carry, you know what? You could carry a watch along. You could. There's enough of a shtick there now. We'd obviously have to surround you with some talent and some other guests. Like I'm not suggesting putting you on the screen alone for a duration of a game. I don't know who the hell would want to do that. But you could, you interject at good times and then you just hang around for no reason when you should leave afterwards.
Are you an Eagles fan or do you just wear this jersey?
That's kind of part of my shtick is I wear a jersey to every game. Like,
so you're not an Eagles fan?
No, I am a no fan. I am just a football enjoyer. I am the NFL. I'm NFL guy.
Yeah. Serial killer behavior.
It's just a lot more fun to root for your bets that way. And then you could also just look at every game objectively.
Here's the problem. He's a huge USC fan. So he cheers for every USC player. And because they're so spread out around the league, he can't pick a team to cheer for. It's a real problem.
It's a real problem. Our players are so good that they're all spread out around the league, getting drafted early in the first round. It's a big problem. Big problem.
Yeah. Jason brings the Kramer energy. Not a great comp, Jason.
I'll take Kramer.
I guess. Yeah, but Kramer's he's kind of like the goof, right?
I'll take that. Like I don't know.
I have a very like Larry David, George Costanza vibe. I think. Yeah. I personally would put myself in there. You certainly got some Kramer energy.
I'm like Kramer mixed with Costanza a bit, with just like my in social settings with other people that I don't know. I'm very Costanza, or I guess honestly more Larry David than anything. Like I don't really.
Well, Larry David is the same. He wrote George Costanza based.
I know
off of him.
But I think
okay.
Costanza's more of like.
I think I'm a putty guy.
Oh, putty! I love putty.
The Devils.
Yeah, you strike me as a putty was a womanizer though. I don't know if it's
what do you mean
acceptable.
though? No, I think
I don't know. Does the putty character hold up? Ian's got yeah. No, I'm not suggesting Ian doesn't.
Are you trying to say Ian is a Rizless guy?
I mean,
he's
I had no idea.
Way to go, Jason.
This guy's like maximum Riz. What are you talking about here?
Yeah, no, I know. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm throwing shots at him. I'm like, what's going on here? Like,
we are implementing the chess timer for you going forward. I'm telling you, it's happening. You're going to have an allotted amount of time every single stream, and you got to use it wisely, Jason. You got to use it wisely. If I call you on air, though, we won't accept it for the timer. But you have to ding in and ding out.
You have to tell me what's defined. Like, if you mention my name, is that an invitation to come on? And that doesn't affect the timer?
Yeah, but it's also like we gotta implement some ground rules where you can't just hang around. Like if I invite you on, you make your point, and then you get out. You get fucked, basically.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So I shouldn't be sticking around for too long at all, ever, is what you're saying.
You know the answer to that question.
All right, this is going to be a great next play. I wonder how they're going to
I know you're looking for the screen time here. I know you're looking for the screen time here. You guys want to do prediction game? See what they run? Let's see what they line up in here.
Inside zone left. Outside zone left.
This is a passing play.
Are you guessing that, or you're just
I'm guessing, and it was. It's really like a 50-50. Oh, Drake London, man. Look at that guy. Well, no, he turned. I mean, he turned like a 4-yard gain into a 9 yards.
That's a big play.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, it's the most.
Did Deontay Johnson do that? Oh, Deontay Johnson.
No,
I've never seen
Deontay Johnson wouldn't do that just because he would run the route where there's no one near him.
Okay.
And not get the ball.
Are you just a big Deontay Johnson guy or what?
I think he's a really underrated player because of the quarterbacks that he's played with. He's known to be one of the best separators in the league. He's just got quarterbacks that can't get him the ball.
Yeah. And the long list of great quarterbacks Drake London has played with, though.
Well, I mean, and a great offensive coordinator in Arthur Smith. Beautiful, great mind who always wants to get receivers the ball, you know?
The main topic of why this is being brought up is because we were comparing Deontay Johnson to Stephon Diggs yesterday. And a lot of people were taking Diggs over Johnson. Rob and I agreed we would take Johnson over Diggs, but I would take, again, London over Johnson.
There have been a handful of teams already this season who have won only on field goals. So the Falcons might they lost that way last week. Maybe they can do it again. Right. Maybe they can do it for themselves this week.
It's very possible. Play action. That's tough. That blew up right away. Like, in my opinion, in order for Cousins to be successful, they need to be an effective play action team.
I agree.
He lined up under center there. It didn't even come remotely close to being a good play action play because he went to the wrong side. He handed it off to Bijan was on the other side. So he faked the handoff to nothing.
Might have been Bijan's mistake.
It happens. Yep. Could have been. It could have been. Could have been.
He kind of scrambled out of the pocket there for a second. That's good.
Yeah.
He didn't take a sack.
He had a little bit of movement. Yeah. Threw the ball away down the field. You got to look at the positives, man.
I'm doing my best.
Got to look at the positives.
Now, I don't think they ran the ball out of shotgun once last week. I haven't seen a shotgun run so far this week, but I feel like that's something that's not good. To have a 100% pass rate out of a formation.
Oh, that was close. I agree with you. I noticed this too, James. At some point, you got to keep the defense honest. Got to try to stretch the field, even if it's just one deep shot on first down or something. Are they going to go here? They're lining up to go.
Go for it. Screw it.
They're lining up to go. And they have snapped the ball. I won't tell you the result of the play.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you it because they picked up a first down.
Okay. Well, I won't tell you the result. No, I'll just tell you the result.
I'll tell you the result. It's my boy. My boy, Ray. Big fan of Ray McLeod. I don't know why. I don't know where this started.
You just like former Steelers receivers?
You know what? Maybe that's it. No, I actually had a very large prop bet on Ray McLeod over receiving yards last week, which I thought was like the most absurd. It was like mid-teens.
Did you bet it again this week? I think I
did not.
At a low number.
It got up to 27.5 this week, which I still should have bet it, honestly. What are you going to do?
I mean,
sir.
Oh,
sir.
Oh, what happened?
We at SGP. Well, we need another couple of yards here, but we had Darnell Mooney under 3.5 receptions, I believe, and was it 50+ yards?
It's 4. See, he just hit 42. We need one more Darnell Mooney catch
for 8 yards. We need 8.
Super Bowl's back on, baby. Super Bowl's back on. Kirk. Captain Kirk has arrived. What a throw. What a play.
Hey, you guys were talking about shots.
Please tell me someone played the 40+. I hope someone played the 40+. I really do. SGP before the game was Darnell Mooney under receptions, over receiving yards, and anytime touchdown. The idea being that this would happen. Like,
if you played it, tweet it at us.
I would love if you tweeted at us.
Wait, so so I guess it's not one because it's under reception, so he needs to not catch another one, or what was his?
It's under 3.5 receptions, 3.5, and he's got one for 42. So ideally, he would catch another big one, and we would be all set. But
okay, missing that 2-point kind of sucks, but that's a touchdown. That's a Kirk Cousins throw.
That was a throw. That was the one. Yeah, Jordan, 50. I mean, listen, 50 still. I did 50 as well, by the way. Full disclosure. It's still live. We just need him to catch another ball for 8 yards. Very doable. The Eagles are going to go down the field and score here. This is how every Falcons game.
Let's relax.
We know how this is going, right?
Yeah. Nice. Unfortunately, you're right. Yes.
Something's happening. This is a sweat. This is going to be a sweat of a game.
This story does not have a happy ending. It never does.
Right. We still got a chance. If you do cash an SGP at any point, just one favor to help us grow the show, tweet it, tag Forward Progress HQ. That's my one ask. Tweet it, tag Forward Progress HQ. If you want to definitely hide the ticket number. I'll tell you that right now. Don't post the ticket numbers. Hide that. If you want to hide the amounts, do that as well. But if you do cash one, that's our easiest way to grow over the course of the year.
Running segment of this show is stupid questions from me. What's the purpose of hiding the ticket number again?
Anyone like within the trading team for the sports book could easily then just find out who that player is. And there's other ways to do it, but yeah, you don't want anybody to be able to really quickly look up the account, basically.
I feel like for me, they might want to, because they might give me like VIP limits or something the way I play, but
well, I'm not sure what you're betting, Jason, but they're not just going to up you from, they're not going to see someone playing $5 bets on their accounts and call them up and be like, here's your $10,000 limits. It's not the way it's going to work. I don't mean to demean, but I don't think you're in danger of that at this point right now. I know what you're saying in regards to the losing. Now he disappears. Now I'm talking to nobody. You see, like when I need him up on the screen, he's not there.
I'm just listening to you. I'm doing whatever you want me to do. I don't know.
Oh, Eagles live money line pick 'em. Is that the move?
Do we think? I mean,
Ian, did you mention what you were on before from the show? I'm like,
I am Falcons 6.5, so plus 6.5 at least. I think looks decent right now.
Yeah.
Real question. Let's get real here for 1 second. When you're doing bacon bets every week and you pick every NFL game, do you ever pick against the Falcons?
Yes. Oh yeah.
You do.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so you're not just like a delusional fan.
No. But I have if you look at like my records for betting on teams the past 4 seasons, my worst record might be betting Falcons games. If I bet them on them, they don't cover. If I bet against them, they cover. It's because it is hard to objectively look at Falcons games.
Has Rob shilled pistachios yet? I unfortunately am out of pistachios.
It's a regular. Not had a pistachio.
I will say, pistachios are very healthy especially for diabetics. Like, any sort of nuts. I know Jason's going to pop up here any second, but any sort of nuts, good snack, healthy oils, stuff like that, all that stuff. But I like to indulge in the green leaf every now and then, and could be much worse when you get the munchies afterwards. So I'd like to keep pistachios, cashews.
I was just going to say, are you a cashew guy?
Yeah, I love cashews, man.
I love cashews. Yeah.
I knew this was coming, by the way. Like it was.
Yeah.
Set myself up for that one. Oh, man.
That was a meatball over the middle.
It's too easy. Too easy.
The people who buy D-shell pistachios are the same ones who say minus 100.
Yeah, minus 100 is you can't do minus 100. That's and de-shelled pistachios again. Like I actually like buying peanuts in the shell, like you'd get at the ballpark. I go to Costco, I pick up like a massive bag. I think part of the fun of eating peanuts is having to crack them.
Yeah, it's part of the work.
You put in work for the food, it feels so much more rewarding. So much more rewarding.
Still waiting for the Eagles to get my guy Will Shipley in the game.
Pecan. I don't eat straight pecans. I'm a big fan. Oh, pecan pie. I don't know where you stand on pecan pie, but
top 5 pie for sure.
Certified banging pie.
Might be top 3.
Yeah. You remember when the Eagles traded for Jahan Dotson and then they never threw to him ever again? I remember that. Does this guy have like he has a catch day for 6 yards?
I don't think he's that good.
Yeah. I mean, the Commanders gave up on him pretty quickly.
Not a good sign considering how weak the Commanders are at receiver.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that was just like a really weird move. Penn State guy, he was mid-first round, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure he went mid-first round.
I thought it went like 21,
that's a weird
22.
One. Yep. Well, I'm not going to spoil the fourth quarter for you, Ian. I'll let you go.
Thank you.
It was a positive vibes quarter for you.
Yeah, we were we winning at halftime? No. Were we losing at halftime?
Yeah,
I don't remember
at halftime. It was definitely down at halftime.
7-6 at half. So we
7-6 at the half.
So now we're winning. So great. I'm happy. But
right.
I do expect heartbreak.
What are you going to do? It's the life of any football fan that's not a Chiefs fan right now.
It must be nice.
Built-in expectation. It really...
Just every break goes their way. Every game.
It's so absurd. They just win. They just... Like... I live bet the Chiefs yesterday. I tweeted like Chiefs live money line never in doubt. It actually does feel like it's never in doubt. I can't even tell you, even on 4th and 16, how I'm so confident that it's still going to happen. It's the dumbest. It is so dumb, but they are always going to win these close games. I don't know how they do it.
You just think like 50 coin flips in a row, they wouldn't all come up Chiefs, but every single time it comes up Chiefs.
The one time they did get screwed was the
Bills
offensive offside against the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was a penalty, but it's also a bit of a joke. But anyways, they got enough breaks. Ian McMillan, everyone. Check him out on Twitter. Check out the Bacon Bets podcast as well.
Thanks for having me on, Rob. I appreciate
anything
it.
Anything else you want to plug? You can plug anything. You got moments.
You can check my written work on Sports Illustrated podcast, Bacon Bets, non-betting podcast, Stacking the Box.
Wow. Look at that. Beautiful plug right there. A+. And thank you for muting yourself during those sneezes and coughs. Much appreciated.
Pro move.
Hit some Buckley's. Buckley's is the way to go. Tastes like crap, but it works.
Yeah.
All right, Ian. Take care.
Right. Take care.
Good guy, Ian McMillan. It's really tough to cheer for this iteration of Kirk Cousins right now. All right, fourth quarter starting. This big 3rd and 4 coming up here. And then we will welcome in our guest here for the fourth. Oh my God.
Jalen Hurts
so much
rolls out right.
Jalen Hurts to the right. Finds Covey for first down. What else is new? Classic Eagles experience.
Frustrating they didn't have the Covey alt overs, eh? Very frustrating.
Yeah.
Covey's the guy.
It really is. All right. Fourth quarter time. Austin Mock from The Athletic. Austin, what's going on?
Thanks for having me, Rob. Excited to sweat this out because I have a survivor pick on the Eagles here.
Yeah, I figured that was the case. It's a tough one. It is going to be a real sweat.
It's painful when you're getting absolutely gashed as a defensive line and the opposing quarterback can't like move or drive the ball downfield. It's like the worst. Like I don't even care about the Eagles offense right now. I feel like if their defense is on the field, it's just there's nothing worse than getting the ball shoved down your throat on the ground. You feel helpless.
Yep, just ask the Colts first half yesterday, and Jason, of course, pops up right here. Nothing worse than sorry. What was the exact quote there? Nothing worse than getting the balls shoved down your throat.
There it is.
I think is yeah. Well, I mean,
not me. You guys said it, not me.
You popped up right away. You heard that, and you popped up right away. And of course, okay. So, you have some ties to Penn State in some capacity.
Yes, that's. I grew up in State College. I currently live in State College. So yeah.
Okay, so the Jahan Dotson stuff. Like, what's the take there?
He was kind of they reached for him. He was like a fringe first round pick, and then I think they took him 16th, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't know. He had some hamstring injuries. I don't know if that's just never really, sometimes those hamstring injuries kind of stick with you. I don't you'd have to check his like NGS, see what his like separation, like out of breaks, speed is, everything like that. So I don't know if it's that, because like he had a decent start. I know a lot of his catches, like he was converting. Like I feel like a lot of his targets were going for either like scores or big plays or something. But yeah, it was very concerning that Washington was just like, we're good here.
I thought he looked like really dynamic in his first year. When he came on the scene, I thought he was pretty dynamic. By the way, what is this spot? Honestly, I mean, they're going to just push it, but am I wrong, or did he not catch the ball with like directly on the 45-yard line?
Yeah, I don't. That's the momentum. Like plays are such, and like when the refs like 5 yards behind the play, like you can't tell me they're just not guessing. Like it's just like, okay, I think it's here, and it's sometimes off by a full yard. So
this also wasn't a true tush push. It was like more of a sneak where he just found a lane, and
yeah. Is that a Kelsey factor there?
Maybe. I don't know.
Can't
I mean, they're still very willing to go for these, though, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he got 3 yards.
It looked like it was only like that because the guard just basically mauled whoever he was blocking on that play, like just created the massive hole there. I think it's still the same concept.
Yeah,
like everything that you say
off the ball there
can be turned into some sort of sexual innuendo. It's really tough now that you're the porn guy. You come out and you talk about massive holes, and like I don't even know where the. It's
not even.
It's like I'm in high school all over again here. Really, it's tough. I know that wasn't the intent at all. Oh man. We got it. I love this 16-15 final score, calling it now. Well, I'll remember that.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that would work
I
for
need
you.
a Survivor sweater, man. The Survivor. Like, is there any pool that like what's the lowest amount of like 65%? You might be lucky if 65% is not out.
I'm in like a smaller pool that started. I actually don't even know the amount of people, but it was somewhere between 50 and 100, and there's 4 of us left.
It's insane. I'm in one of those.
It's week 3.
Like 55, and it's down to 9. It's like, oh, all right. Well, thanks for playing, guys. Like,
there was a rebuy pool. I can't even tell you how many people lost both week 1 and week 2. They're toast. Like, yeah.
There,
Jason, right there. I mean, that's
good old 0 for 2.
Jason, come back on here. Come back on here. You're better than this. Listen. I'm not. What I need to know what you picked in week 1 and what you picked in week 2.
Okay, so I have technically. So
if you did Cincy Baltimore, just hide yourself now.
I didn't do Cincy. I do this with like a larger group of friends, and I said I want as little Cincy as possible. The lowest I could get them was 50% Cincy on our picks. I said I'd rather have Seattle and Buffalo more than Cincy. That was my.
So your friends are idiots. Your friends are idiots.
They're gonna get mad because they're watching it because.
Well, I'm calling them out for this. Like.
They already. Here's the problem: is I took control last year and did a really good job taking control. The problem was I bet the Patriots when they lost against it. Was it the Panthers where they lost by like 3 points? Or was it maybe the Giants when the score was like 9-3? And they're like never trusting me again after that. I was like week 12, week 10. You know what I'm talking about. You know which game I'm talking about.
Start them for life.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, there's that, and then also I am who I hang with. A buddy of mine picked Atlanta for some reason week 1 in his Survivor pool, and they have unlimited re-entries until week 3. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy in with you for this week, and we picked the Lions and we lost. So there's one more re-entry next week.
I lost Circa Millions entry on Lions. Yeah. I don't regret they had 7 trips in the red zone. They scored 1 touchdown. Yeah. It was a pretty dominant box score in favor of them. They ended up less than 10% owned as a 7.5, 8-point favorite. I think it closed at Circa. So yeah.
That flag is no good if it's on.
Is it a face
Falcons.
mask or?
It cannot be on the Falcons right now. Yeah.
Sorry,
anyways,
Jason. You might have to sweat a tush push from the goal line, man.
Austin, just to fill you in, I have very big bet on Hurts no TD. So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's always I like it. You know, going zigging while others zag. You know.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think he bet a shit price and it was a bad bet. But you know what? Might get it here because it's a holding on the Eagles. Bring it back.
Just like me.
What if he runs it in from the Atlanta 18-yard line? That would be pretty upsetting.
It's tough because he's been scrambling on every dropback. It's just immediately bailing, and there's always a chance of a big run.
His rushing yards prop today, FanDuel was 37.5. Everywhere else was 39.5, 40. But yeah, that's in hindsight. A very, very low number. Lots of this stuff is in hindsight. Holy shit, was that a low number?
Yeah, the Eagles. Is this an AJ Brown problem, or do you think it's more widespread with their need to rely on his legs so much?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. They're a very frustrating offense to watch, but they seem to pretty regularly get results.
Yeah. It's the Hurts legs plus the short yardage efficiency really boosting things.
I think the short yardage efficiency is a huge one for them. There's not many teams that can operate like they can when they need to pick up 1 or 2 yards.
It's 3rd and 2, 100% chance of converting.
It feels like that. I know.
I don't know what the real number is,
but it does feel like that. Yeah,
it's probably 93 or something like that. It's still absurd.
Man, this game is absolutely flown by. A play action and nobody still going to result in a tutter. He ran play action to nobody in the backfield. Jason, do you think he's not in and he's maybe down?
He's not. I hope he's not short. It looked like he was in, but
It looked like he was in at first glance. If he's not, your bet's cooked.
That's really close.
I think he's in, and
really
it's close, man. This is an auto review. He might be short. Oh, it's so close.
This is gonna be like the tush push from the inch line. So
I think he's short. He's short.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Jason. I'm sorry, but I actually don't even.
Maybe they won't tush push.
Oh my!
Oh man, that's
tough break.
That's literally as close as you can get. The shin,
Lord Gambler giveth, and he taketh away. Yeah,
the shin is tough. Like going down is like teams got to work on the ball carriers. Got to work on the shin. Like I don't know if you have to like jump, like keep your legs up or something.
Yeah,
like a lot of these are down by the shin.
Barkley's not even in the game right now. This is so dead.
You know what the play is going to be, dude. You look at that, dude.
I love he's just popping in back and like you can just feel the pain that he's going through.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this isn't the time to say that I did advise Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown before the game. But I have to. We didn't get many wins on Forward Progress this week, so I gotta hit them home when they happen.
One of those weeks, you know, you gotta get the winners when you can. Oh
man,
bad news.
That's a tough break. Sorry, Jay. I mean, it happens. It happens. What are you gonna do? Sports.
We've all been there.
Yep. 2-point is huge for you, Austin, for the survivor pick.
Yeah. Just
now they'll run it. Now they'll run it. By the way, this will be Jason's going to have a heart attack when Saquon runs this in. Well, they did hand it off. Oh, did he get there? Wow. How did he not score?
You know, it hurts gets in the end zone with that.
Just quick anecdote here. The worst part about all this is the fantasy notification update of Jalen Hurts, who's on my fantasy team. Jalen Hurts scored a touchdown. Yay! Like celebration emoji. Perfect. Thanks. Like, I don't need that.
Yeah, I don't know how close. Like, man,
did he reach the ball? He broke the plane. He broke the plane.
Did he?
It's good. Yeah, it's
okay.
Good.
I was gonna say
it's a second effort. It's not the original Superman, which, by the way, was completely unnecessary. But there was second effort where he reached the ball past the line.
Okay. Yeah, he just jumped on the back of his own guy. Although the Falcons guy had him. I can't see who it was. Had his legs. Doing the Space Jam, Michael Jordan, the Monstars holding his legs, not letting him get there. All right.
Okay, we need a Mooney catch for 9+ yards, and we are laughing. I wish it was like the other guy earlier. Sorry, I forgot who it was that took the 40+. That's it. You get greedy sometimes. One Mooney catch. That's it. Then if he could have to go to the locker room to get some fluids, that would be really appreciated as well.
I have Kyle Pitts on my one dynasty team. I was excited for this year with Cousins, but he's absolutely mauling people in the run game, if that counts for anything. But it's just not there in the past.
It should, but that's not what they drafted him for, right? It's so it's so funny. Like they thought he was going to
don't take a fourth overall, like generational tight end prospect. You got Brock Bowers going like 9 for 90 or whatever he went yesterday. Like immediate, this guy's pretty good. Kyle Pitts.
Brock Bowers looks amazing. He looks amazing.
He's one of those guys, like in the college game, if you come in as a freshman and you start dominating, you're like, all right. And like, obviously, there's some smaller like gadget players in college that are a little different, but like he fits the bill. And he dominated like from snap number 1 at Georgia in the SEC as well. So it's not like he's playing at like some small college or anything like that. Like from day one, he was a stud. And like I feel like that's such a good translation to success in the pros. Like there was no adjustment period. Like he's just he's just that guy.
Yep. Totally agree. We do have a live over 38.5 in this game. A Falcons field goal would not guarantee it because the game could end in a tie, but it would be pretty likely.
You'd feel pretty good.
Yeah.
39.5. Okay. It's the current line. Yeah. I'm pretty shocked by this rushing attack by the Falcons.
I agree.
Just because of how easy it is, like, because that usually doesn't happen in the NFL too often, and two, because they don't have any.
Again, of course.
Well, yeah, the Colts. That was something's going on there on their defensive line, but they don't. There's no passing threat, which again, the Colts also weren't facing a passing threat either. But like this just doesn't happen like that often, and like maybe it's a new age of the NFL. We're kind of shifting away. I think we're definitely shifting away from the like crazy pass happy stuff. But yeah, I just did not expect this with Cousins looking like his current form. Just surprising.
I agree. Like they did hit the downfield play to Darnell Mooney, but outside of that, they've really not had anything downfield. And you figure that they would key in on the run. Not that always works, but right. I'll stop for you, Super Square, talking about the Colts. I will say, like, if it's funny because if you look at the box score for that game, which I will pull up in front of me here right now, and you look at Green Bay ran the ball 51 times for a 29% success rate, but it didn't feel like that at all. It just felt like they had whatever they wanted. The Colts, I will say, made some like good second half adjustments, and from there the Packers couldn't do anything. But
the first half was brutal.
I was going to ask you, Rob, do you have first half splits for that? Because I'm curious their success rate in the first half.
It's higher in the first half than the second. I don't have the numbers. No, I don't want to pull. I don't want to pull like a Matt Albert and have a bunch of tabs open on screen and slow everything down. I'm a professional here.
The Colts.
That's a deep. Oh my God, that was Mooney. Oh my God, Kirk. Oh my God. He was wide open. Oh my God. I mean,
Kirk,
I think
stopped the route. Why did he stop running? Why the fuck would you stop running? Sorry.
I don't know.
That's actually not even Kirk. Someone's saying primetime Kirk in the chat. That's Mooney. That's so Mooney.
That's Mooney. Mooney sat down on his route for whatever reason. I don't know. But if he keeps running, he catches that in stride.
Yeah. I don't. Just my final note. I think the closest thing we ever saw to the triple option was the Packers against the Colts in the first half. Like that was a typical like Army almost upset somebody in a college game. Like that was it. And the Colts just had no answers.
I'm just doing a quick mathematical calculation on what that lack of reception cost me, and it's not good. I'm not in a good place right now. I'm not in a good place. Mentally. I mean, I have some of these that pay up to like 100 to 1 on the alt yards plus a TD.
You have 50 as the alt yards? Or do you have higher ones?
I have 50 plus, 70 plus, 100 plus alt.
That would have probably been 30 yards. Yeah. It would have at least.
We're talking about like Fanduel giving me a call tomorrow and saying we're no longer sponsoring this program type of hit.
We're gonna have to end the relationship, terminate the agreement here.
If that had happened, I would have paid Jason whatever his 20x. Actually, I'll stricken that from the record. I'm not going to do that.
I have small unit size, Rob. Probably wouldn't even make it that.
I'll actually bring you out for a real round of golf, not just invite you out and then cancel. You know.
I'll take the pity round. I don't want to be the guy who's getting. Honestly, I'd rather be the porn guy than the pity guy. Like, Maybe that's, I don't know.
I've golfed with Austin before. I've golfed with Johnny before. They have the exact same ball shape.
Beautiful.
Shot shape.
Like what are you doing here with the verbiage? Like, please.
Absurd. The largest banana slice you could ever imagine in your life. I think actually Austin hits it further than Johnny, which is even more difficult to comprehend as well. You gotta once you fix that
straight right
Austin,
angle.
Yeah.
I've kind of done it now, but now it's just like I'm hooked. I'm actually probably in a worse place because now I'm like I can hook some and slice. It's like I'd rather just play the slice. Like I'm in a bad spot. It's just not good.
It's tough though when you're aiming into like the next fairway, right? It's not. It's never fun because then you hit one straight every now and then.
Yeah. The only benefit of that is you might be like in the fairway. It's just on the wrong hole, but at least you have a nice lie.
But we've all done that. We've all been there before.
There's nothing more tilting than aiming like 50 yards to the left and just piping it straight. Like, oh, all right, that's how it's done.
It must be fun when you first step on.
By the way, Jason.
Before.
Oh man, that's tough. That's tough when you're not playing well, and you're just golfing with a random guy, and you step on the first tee box, and they see where you're lined up.
Where the fuck are you aiming? What, Rob? I feel like you're gonna slander me quickly here, and I cut that off with my.
No, well, Drake London there ran his route 1 yard short of the sticks. They have to go for it on 4th and 1, and they get stuffed up the middle.
Doesn't matter because there's a flag.
What is this flag? The Eagles think it's against them. I mean, Gardner Johnson is pissed right now. He's like flipping out.
Oh, never mind.
No foul. They picked it up. First down.
Were they going to call like a celebration or taunting or something?
I don't know what they were doing.
He
took his helmet off, right? So
helmet.
That's
after the play anyway, so it'd be good.
Oh, okay. So
it looked like it was.
It looked like it was like kind of off, and then he popped it off. So yeah,
I think he was just saying that it
was coming off.
I think they'd have the ball.
Yeah, it would have been after the play. Yeah, I agree.
It would just be
15 yards after the play.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
How a game turns. Kirk, although that was Mooney's fault, I guess, but I don't know. It's a weird week of week 2. I don't know. This is typical NFL in that you can never expect like anyone you were mentioning at the end of the third quarter. Anybody but the Chiefs can just lose at any moment, and it's just or not even lose, look like shit, or be incredible, and it's not surprising.
Chosen's not happy. Plus 6.5 going to lose. Sammy took 5.5. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. The Eagles are going to go and score a touchdown, and then Kirk will lead the Falcons to a touchdown drive to cover the spread.
Yeah, that's the NFL script. That's what it is tonight.
It's scripted, man. It's scripted. As long as you got the script, can't lose.
No bet slip is safe with the NFL script lurking in the background.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, man, that's really, really disappointing. Really disappointing.
That Mooney? You're still mulling about Mooney?
I mean, I got the sheet up in front of me.
So just X out of that tab real quick and just...
No,
you know what?
Garbage
time drive would be nice.
It's bad. It's a seriously... Yeah, whatever. I'll just share this. It's a 6-figure amount.
Jeez.
If he catches that ball. Yeah.
Damn. Just you got to pray for that Eagles touchdown.
There's some great spot. This is why I actually love the SGP bet type. I do. Because lots of people listen, there's some bad SGPs. Some people play horrible SGPs, they get bad prices, but if you can Jason. Oh man. But you can really rake off of some of these.
Yeah.
You can rake.
Yeah, I think just the different prices from different shops is interesting to see as well. Like
That's
you can
another
get some
thing,
crazy, too. Like some really like huge differences in payouts, which, you know, take that for what it's worth.
Where's this flag? This got to be a holding on the Eagles where the flag came in, which was like on so far away from the play. I don't. Yeah,
Gotta love those flags, right?
I mean, it honestly has like zero impact on the play whatsoever. Don't know why he's holding Dickerson.
Yeah.
I actually think this replay, I actually think Gardner Johnson's helmet was falling off. And on first look, I thought he just pushed it off. But I think as he put his head down towards the ground, it was falling and he pushed it.
Yeah.
But anyways, it doesn't really matter.
That was a buzz down afterwards to tell that ref that he was good.
Very possible.
That's a crazy tackle there, too. Not let him go forward.
Oof. Not great. Just
not what you want to say.
After a bad hold. Yep. After a bad
first down run negated by a hold.
Yeah.
Not what you want.
Yeah. I see some talk about drug use in the chat, which is very not unusual for forward progress. But I can assure you, Jason does not do drugs. Jason is as clean as they come. Clean. The only drugs that he's using are for performance enhancement, not.
I'm 27 years old. I don't need. First of all, I don't get any action. But if I were to get action, I don't need performance enhancing drugs. At least I hope not. I'm still a young guy. Young enough, I guess. I don't know.
Not into the gas station boner pills, huh?
No, but I will say this is actually pretty bad because it was when I was in high school. We were on a school trip, and me and some buddies like spiked one of our other buddies.
That's tough.
Oh man!
And we had like a really
walking
long
around with a hard on. Oh, that's tough.
Man.
It was Anyways,
honestly, I'm all for pranks like that. Love that stuff.
He was like, freaking out. He said he was itchy the whole time. He's like, "What's going on?"
Was he aware at all?
No, I honestly don't even know if we've told him. It's funny. I was just talking about this with some friends last weekend, so that's why it's like fresh in my mind. But I actually don't know if we've ever told him.
I was just trying to think.
I mean, the guy had a rod for like 4 hours. I think he must have known something was going on.
Oh, you start thinking about like, all right, like, do I need to call my doctor? Like, like something wrong with me? Like, am I having a medical emergency or something?
Another one we did. I don't know if you guys have done many of these pranks. We also the same kid. We gave him
poor guy.
we were at like an overnight stay in a hotel room, whatever. For a sports trip. It was a soccer tournament. And we cranked the heat in our room and put laxatives in his water bottle.
Oh man!
Just to ensure that he would drink the water, because he was like kind of sussed up for us because we did it to him. We like fucked with him before. Oh man. Still very good friends with this man.
Good times, huh? Good times.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Austin convinced a mutual friend of ours to take mineral oil for an illness that he had, and you don't want to take mineral oil. I'll tell you that. You'll be on the throne for a very long time.
I was just saying that's not a short one. That's like 12 hours.
Oh god. Yeah, that's
what you take before surgery to like clear out everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is not game yet, but did they give it 3rd and 1 or is it going to be 1st and 10? This really has a huge impact.
I think it's short. I think it's 3rd
because
and 1.
the Falcons will want 1st and 10. I'll tell you that right now.
I love those moments of like you actually need. It's like the scoring, like let the team score type of thing. It's like, no, we actually need them to get that extra yard. It's like give them a bad spot, please.
Yep. Yeah, the Falcons do not want this to be 30. I think he's short. I think he came down short. God, that Mooney SGP is going to end in the most painful fashion possible. Oh, well, you live and you learn. You move on.
You know?
Yeah. When I was younger, I went, we went up to a buddy's cottage, and one of the nights we did, it's like, kind of like a camping thing. There was a bunch of tents outside or whatever. And luckily this didn't happen to me, but a couple of the guys put on like some leather face masks, and they took the chain off of a chainsaw and they went into one guy's tent and started revving it. And I think that guy was he woke up to that and he was messed up for like the next 3 or 4 years. Like I
don't know how you
thought in the moment he was going to die. Yeah. I don't, that's like pushing it too far, but I very clearly remember that night. Yes.
That's like emotional trauma that lasts a lifetime. Like every time a chainsaw, every time that a chainsaw comes on, that guy's heart rate goes up to 120.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
we didn't go up to the cottage in high school with or early college years with assault rifles or anything. Like no one's sleeping with a gun next to their pillow in the tent. I could see that in certain areas of the world, but yes, yeah. Oh, Wesley, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. We're gonna catch something big this year.
Yeah.
The pick, that angle of taking a receiver who runs a lot of routes downfield, taking them under on receptions but over on yards with a touchdown, and you get like the one catch for 70 yards, one touchdown type of scenario. Those are money makers. Just got to get the right receivers. Watson. Bingo. Tried that with Justin Watson a few weeks back. He unfortunately did not catch anything.
I've had 2 straight Super Bowl prop losses with Justin Watson doing that. Like just hoping for one. I think he had one close one last year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, those big boomer bust guys are the way. They're fun. They're a fun 100%. Project.
It's best with a quarterback that'll take deep shots. Like Jalen Hyatt would be one for the Giants.
Yeah.
If he's ever listed, which I mean now he's like wide receiver for them.
Who's the Niners? Marquise, like years ago, he would have been the perfect one. The track runner. I can't remember his name.
I remember. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Marquise Goodwin.
Yes, Goodwin. Yes, that was the guy. He would have been perfect for that.
Oh my God, did they false start on this play?
Oh, I was gonna say the Falcons should jump off sides.
Did they? I didn't see it, but you're right. The Falcons should jump off sides.
Yes, they did.
They did.
But the Eagles declined it.
They should decline. Yeah. Honestly, really good coaching on both sides, right there.
Yeah,
really good coaching on both sides. He made it too obvious that it was intentionally an offside, and Sirianni's like, nah.
Yeah, nah. Something's up here.
Yeah.
You need to do like you know what you need to do here? You need to like go tell the ref off.
Yeah.
Get automatic first. I don't think you can. I don't know if you can decline those.
Can you decline an unsportsmanlike? Yeah, like get into his face.
I don't know.
Slap the ref in the face.
Like take the suspension to try to win this game.
Yeah. Imagine how bad the ref would feel if the other team just declined the penalty. You go and punch the ref directly in the face, and then the other team's like, no, we don't want to take that penalty. Poor ref. That would be real challenging. Who are other receivers that fit this mold? I'm trying to think. Brian Thomas, maybe?
Yeah, I think his targets are going to go up, though.
That's the problem.
Issue. Although the Jaguars' offense is Shaheed might be the same boat.
He
was at like the last year or two.
He might be Tank Dell. Tank Dell, maybe. Tank Dell might be one of those guys. Even though he fucking dropped that one last night when we needed. We played this in the second half. We played that angle on him, and he dropped the TD.
Adonai Mitchell, Alec Pierce, and one more on the Colts.
Josh Downs. I think Roman Wilson, if he comes back for the Steelers, he's a burner.
Yeah,
that they could if he gets healthy.
I like this one from Equal Michael Wilson.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, we're gonna have some primetime games with these guys. Like Christian Watson, yes, but like technically he's their. I mean, he's a starting
He's like
receiver.
the best priced of all of them. You know, like worst
it's
priced.
tough. Right.
You want these guys to be like wide receiver 3 or 4.
Will we get someone on the Panthers that can be that guy this week with Dalton? Leggett or Mingo?
Or Mingo.
Jonathan Mingo?
Or Mingo.
I think
I don't know.
Leggett, I think, might not have the receptions because Johnson might take those. Like
Johnson is in for a career. Deontay Johnson is scoring 3 touchdowns this week. If you do not bet Deontay Johnson 3+ touchdowns after the argument I got into with Johnny this week, you don't know how life works. You don't know how life works. That has to be one. Has to be.
Trying to think who else here.
Rashad Bateman, maybe. Bateman doesn't catch a lot of balls.
Yeah, I feel like they never go deep though.
They don't.
It's painful.
Mooney is like the perfect guy.
Mac Hollins
Mooney is
the Bills.
Mac Hollins. Mooney is the guy. Like he's the guy that I really want to target with this stuff. Maybe Mingo. Maybe I'm going to do this with. Maybe I'm going to pull this SGP with the Panthers this week.
You'd have to look up some. I don't. Is he fast? Is he a burner? I can't remember.
Colt. Also, you can do over receptions under receiving yards. That is true. Like an Alvin Kamara.
That was the Bryce Young special.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara like 15 catches for like 650 yards last year or something stupid like that.
We did that though.
Jason,
we did that for Dotson. Didn't work out though.
Yeah, it's true. Jahan, what are you gonna do, man? Such is life.
Yeah. Problem with those, they actually have to get thrown the ball. But well.
Mooney's not done yet. Because there's 151. They have to run a play. They'll be the last time out at 145. The Eagles are going to kick a field goal within, I don't know, there's probably going to be like 45 seconds left when the Falcons get the ball back with no timeouts. It's not done yet.
It's live, baby.
It's not live. First down would kill it, though.
Yeah.
If it's a first down, they got to be coaching. Raheem Morris got to tell this team to score, like let them score. Not that it's going to matter, but Rocket Ishmael. Yeah, sure. If SGPs existed back in the day, 100%.
Deshaun Watson, week 1, SGPs.
God, I love the SGP, man.
It's fun if you don't abuse it. Like you can get some bad stuff going on. But
of course, it's all relative to price too. Like it's not just do this on everything. Like in my opinion, you can try this with a lot of players, but then you'll see the price and you just be like, no, like this is not. This doesn't make sense. You know, for what we played tonight, which was 70 plus and under 3.5, like we're talking 38, 39 to 1. Ted Ginn would have been. Ted Ginn would be the perfect guy to do that. You know what? I love this.
Deshaun Jackson.
Stephon Diggs, 5+ receptions under 50 yards. That is lovely. Very tasty.
One. You could sneak in touchdown bets there too, because he gets a lot of work in the red zone as well. Like
it's true because he demands targets. If he doesn't get targets, he goes on the bench and starts yelling at the quarterback. So I love that. Oh man, next Texans primetime game, we are loading that up, loading it up. Okay, big 3rd and 3 here, and the Eagles for
14 seconds since the 2-minute warning have taken like.
We
12.
were on such a good pace in this game. I can't even, we were flying in this game. And now we're just here.
Script had it, you know.
Imagine betting Deshaun Jackson on those exact same props, and then he walks into the end zone and drops the ball at the 1-yard line before walking.
That's gonna happen.
Someone's gonna do that, man.
Someone just did it in a college game, I think, this past weekend. Like the fact that still happens today blows my mind. Trying to think of who else. Like the Steelers, I'm trying to think of like teams that'll pass and just like take safe routes that don't go deep. Like George Pickens, he was coming up, but they do too many like shot plays with him.
Yeah. I don't want to root against you. It would be nice if they sealed the deal for you. I understand you don't want to sweat this whatsoever.
Hey, I'll sweat it with you, man.
It's are they going to throw or are they going to run the ball? Oh, they did play action.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Are you joking me? Wow. Now it's a real sweat, Austin. Now it's a real sweat.
It would actually make me feel better if they like didn't kick, just because I like it sounds
because
stupid,
then Atlanta plays for the field goal.
Yeah. Like,
no, honestly, there's something to that. If they do not kick, Atlanta would 100% play for a field goal and not a touchdown.
Right. Like as soon as they get over the 40, it's like, all right, let's just chill. Don't take any shots. And Kirk's like not 100%. They're not going to push the ball downfield. Man,
go ahead, Austin. Sorry.
I was just going to say that's a bad just drop by Barkley.
Terrible.
Yeah.
But I believe what you guys are talking about there, our friend Eric Eager wrote an article about it, about the psychological effects of kicking this field goal versus going for it.
Well, he's no longer our friend. We don't have to talk about him that way.
Oh, okay.
He's traitor.
He's past now.
Traitor to
He moved on to
probably took a
things.
$500,000 a year job or something like that, but he's a traitor to this. Yeah.
He's not loyal.
Loyalty doesn't run in the Eager blood. Fucking love Eager, the best.
Yeah,
my guy,
one of the best out there.
If the Cowboys don't win a Super Bowl, I just hope it's the Panthers every year.
We gotta hope really hard. We gotta hope really hard.
Yo, Dalton, you know.
He's the VP of analytics there. He'll put an imprint on that org. You'll start seeing them do a better job through the draft. You'll start seeing it in a couple years.
I agree. I agree. I'm just saying
they're
year.
They're so bad this year that nothing's going to be seen.
Yeah. And next year, if hopefully they finish strong enough this year that they can get a primetime game next year. And my one ask of Eager is going to be to get us a box for Forward Progress at a Carolina Panthers home game, and we'll do a fucking stream from there. It would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
So good. That's going to be I'm going to do my one time with Eager. My one time.
One loyalty. Like, give it up.
There's no way he could possibly do that. Maybe we can get some sideline passes or something. We're not getting a box at a Panthers.
I don't think they'd allow you to stream in a box. Like, even if we did get a box.
But we could film some content in there. We could throw you over the balcony, do whatever we wanted to do.
I feel like I would get stuck here to do the watch along while you guys are out there.
You wouldn't be allowed. You're not expected.
I wouldn't be allowed to. Yeah, no. We got to stay in this box here.
It is seriously time to sweat, Austin. It is time to sweat.
Once he dropped the ball, I've come to peace with the Falcons winning this game. 22-21.
Mooney.
Yeah, there it is.
Mooney. What is that for yardage?
21.
62. No more passes.
Yeah. Oh,
no more passes to Mooney. Mooney's got to like tweak an ankle that he's going to be fine. But he's got to tweak an ankle or something that is going to be totally fine. No more Mooney.
He's looking at him. Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh, and that's Mooney again.
That's
my God.
The last
they went
one.
down the entire field. That's it. We can't have an. Oh my God.
Whoever
my
bet
God.
the 100+ though is like screaming right now. I don't know if anyone got that far.
It's got to end right now. Game's got to end. Exact final score right now. Kirk's got to throw a pick on this play. That's what's got to happen. No more Mooney.
Kirk sack Mumby? No.
Please end right now.
No,
London.
This is just the Eagles' defense is just despicable right now.
I get Mooney off the field. A tipped ball at the line of scrimmage. Honestly, I think if the Falcons are going to score, it would be terrible for your survivor, but it's got to happen now because the Eagles still have 2 timeouts. They could easily get in field goal range if it happens right now.
Yeah.
If we're gonna get a Falcons touchdown, Ray. We want Ray.
Yeah, if there's a blessing, it's that they went down the field in like a minute.
Yeah. Wow, they didn't even call a DPI on that. That was Ray too.
Yeah. What a game.
Someone's got to call down to the sidelines and tell Mooney his house is on fire right now. Oh, Mooney was open on that play. I watched that right now. No more Mooney.
God. No.
Drake London.
Oh.
There's time.
Okay. And there's an extra point that needs to be made. Wow. Insane, man. He just like what the Eagles defense. How many plays was that? Like 5 or 6? 70 yards?
That was Swiss cheese as it gets right there.
Yeah. Miss PAT would bring the Mooney props back into play. Need the game to end. The overhit. It's a good point. I actually completely forgot about that. I seriously forgot that we bet that.
Yeah.
Oh
Eagles
my
defense
God.
Not fixed from last year.
Wait. Oh my God.
What was that? Yeah. What was that? Oh my God.
What was that for? A little bit of anti-USC with the referees this weekend. That's all I'll say.
London got a penalty?
You got a penalty for excessive celebration. So this extra point now.
Dude, the kickers these days.
Yeah.
So they're too
It's Young Wei Koo. Like Young Wei Koo is like 99% from inside 50 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, anything below 50 now is like it's so easy for them. Man. All right, well.
Now it's in Hurts's hand to drive him into field goal range. You're going to start at the 30 in all likelihood.
All because Barkley gets that first down, right? If he catches that ball.
Oh, my God. The game is over if he catches the ball. I actually can't even blame them for the play. He just like it's like the people who want to blame. There was a similar play last year. I think it was the Colts-Texans final game of the season where they went for it on 4th down, the Colts, and the running back dropped the ball. Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, why would you go for it on 4th?" It's like, yeah, you made the play.
Simple execution, and you're there. Yeah, Barkley, he's gonna want that one back. 34 seconds and 2 timeouts though is a lot of time. And if the Falcons play any type of defense like the Eagles just played, they'll be in field goal range in no time.
Eagles kicker is Jake Elliott. I think he has a pretty strong leg. I love. You know what? I'm not going to give up on those. On the rectangle idea, just put a bar at the top of the field goal posts and make them kick it through the rectangle. That way, they have to kick the ball a little bit lower in some cases.
Yeah. They got. I don't want to say they have to do something, but like we're gonna have there's gonna be a 7-yard field goal in the next 10 years, probably.
Yeah.
Like the Cowboys, I don't know if they were real in week 1 against the Browns, but they thought about it. 71 yards.
Yep. I honestly,
Outdoors.
I've seen some next gen stats on Aubrey kicks before where it would have been good from 72 or 73.
Yeah, I mean, there's some that are like 60 yarders that are going through like halfway up the uprights, and it's like, yeah, those are good from a long way.
Yeah. I didn't obviously on that play that we weren't quite able to see what the target line was for Elliott's distance. I'm very curious about that. I feel like Aubrey could hit one right now. I mean, they're on their own. This is what would be 57 plus 7 plus 10. 674 right now from where they would be.
Someday 70 is going to happen. Like it's nuts.
Oh my God, hurts, man.
Damn.
Jesse Bates. Wow.
Oh man. Saquon, come on, my guy.
Tough loss in the Survivor. I don't know how these things happen. Saquon,
dude, like every
killed
single. No pick is safe this year in Survivor.
Yep. For
man.
I think the Eagles might reopen as dogs to the Saints next week, in all honesty. I think it's very possible.
I think this defensive effort is yeah, I agree. That was Kirk, like he can't move, he can't drive the ball downfield, and the Falcons they just destroyed him.
Tough break.
I mean, they didn't have a ton of points, but like there was not a lot of resistance there. So
they moved it, like it happened so effortlessly in like 1 minute. It was nuts.
Yeah, it did. Like literally, it was just like wide open, 20-yard gain, wide open, 20-yard gain. But
just absurd.
Maybe Cousins will drop the kneel here, fumble snap.
Cousins' primetime narratives have really fallen recently. Appreciate you joining, Austin. I know it's tough to sweat a big play. Where can people find your stuff this year?
Yeah, over at The Athletic, college football, NFL stuff. Yeah, follow me there. My Twitter account, or X, whatever it is now, AMOC419. That's where I'm at. Give me a follow or yell at me for having bad Survivor picks. I'm here for it.
Austin Mock, everyone. Appreciate it. Have a good night, man. Austin Mock. 2 asks of people before we sign off here. Number 1, if you hit an SGP on the Darnell Mooney stuff tonight, tweet an image at us, tag us at Forward Progress HQ on Twitter, or just do whatever. But get it out there. Let people know that you watch this, because it's a big one for a lot of people. And I know we give one out on every single show. I get it. But one of these a year makes up for literally everything else. So if you did hit it, tweet at us. It's great. We can get that out there. Number 2, before you sign off, Thursday night football this week is Jets and Patriots. Drop your pick for Jets and Patriots in the chat if you bet anything in the game. 6.5 right now. Some spots moved earlier. We're all over the place. If you like the side, you like the total, let me know in the chat what you like for this upcoming Thursday night football game. And last thing on your way out, it's 3 things. It's not 2. Make sure you smash that like button down below. Make sure you're subbed here on Forward Progress. Appreciate all of you who tuned in. I can't say that enough. It's really easy to get through these. We've built a really good community here. Love you guys. Appreciate that you tune in regularly. And I'm happy to do these for as long as we got this community going forward. So thank you very much. Make sure you're subbed here. Make sure you like the stream. For our guest tonight, Austin Mock, Ian McMillan, the Drunken Goon, Adrian, and for Matt Albert, my producer, Jason Cooper, who's really hogging up airtime these days. We're going to have to chat with him about that. For myself, Rob Pizzola, for our sponsors, Fanduel, this has been another Forward Progress Monday Night Football watch along. Everyone, peace out. Enjoy the rest of your night.